speaker crew down here real quick, please.
Test.
section. Go ahead and take a drink if you haven't yet. Water is a good thing.
Welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers Football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. And now, along with Hank Hudson and Matt Sanders, here's the voice of the Vipers, Merle Bertrand.
Well, we had so much fun last year. We had to come back for more. Good evening and welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live tonight from Tiger Stadium on the campus of Dripping Springs High School in Dripping Springs, Texas, as the Vipers get ready to begin their 16th season of varsity play and defend their first ever 6A Division II state title against the Dripping Springs Tigers. Our friend Hank Hudson is out of town with gunky real world stuff tonight, but he'll be back with us next week. But I am joined again, once again, by former Viper Matt Sanders, with Brian Spiegels again down on the sidelines. Kyler Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast to make sure that we look and sound okay. And Matt, the last time we saw you at AT&T Stadium back in December as the Vipers clinched the title, you had the shortest post-game wrap-up ever. You said, "I'm gone." And you were off to join your dad in the Vipers in celebration. As a former player for your dad and a former collegiate player, how amazing was that whole experience last year?
Yeah, that was so sick to see. As a kid growing up watching the program grow, I mean, you said it earlier, 16 years of Viper football. Yeah. That sounds literally unreal. I think back when I was a freshman now, 10 years ago, which is like weird to think about.
Right.
You come back and everything felt like it was building to that moment. I know we talked about it when that game happened, kind of like, hey, I think we're about to do this, like how awesome it is to stand on all those old players' shoulders and build up that program and finally achieve that goal that so many programs in Texas chase forever, and they can't get one. And the Vipers finally did it, and it was just awesome to see. That team was really special. And, you know, that's one of those things. Once you achieve that goal that you get to the top mountain, it's really cool, but this is a new season now. They got to go try and do it again. So that's what we're going to see tonight, hopefully. Vipers hungry to go win another title.
Well, to that point, I mentioned back for more, a bit of a nod to the Vipers 2025 team hashtag, which Coach Sanders will talk about here in a few minutes. That whole 16-game season and all that came after it almost feels like we just finished the season. I wonder if Viper fans are fired up and ready to do it again because, you know, it's that hangover. The fans, all the guys that are back. We were talking about before we went on the air how hard it is to get up and do it again, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning in August.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard. You have a long season, you know. Most teams are done after about 10 to 12 weeks.
Right.
You know, you don't extend the season into many rounds of the playoffs for most schools. You know, you're in a league group to get all the way to the state championship title and win it. You have a long season, then you have a kind of a quick turnaround. You know, and before you know it, the next season is upon us.
Right.
And you know, that it's such a mindset. I won a title in college, won the National Division III championship, which was really fun to do. But I've been on a team before where you win it all, you achieve your goal, and then come back the next season, my senior year, you know, it's hard to go, hey, guys, we got to go do this again. You know, and finding that hunger as a team is what I want to see tonight. And I think the Vipers are prepared for it, but we got to see it on the field first. So that's what I'm looking for.
Well, the fourth straight time these two teams have opened the season. Dripping Springs was a 5A powerhouse before moving up to 6A, where they're trying to earn that mention in the same breath as Westlake, Lake Travis, and you got to include Vandegrift in that mix now. So what better way to jump into the new season than taking on the Tigers? And this has become a very intense rivalry. It could possibly be a playoff preview again.
Yeah. Every game I feel like I've watched these two teams face off has always been really good.
Right.
I feel like both these teams kind of play football a very similar way. A lot of just solid fundamentals, not many mistakes. Both their offenses are powerhouses. We're going to see they've got two stud wide receivers for the Tigers, and I'm really excited to watch both around 6'4", so we'll see if we can cover them tonight, which will be fun to watch. But they play similar styles of football, which is why I think culturally they're pretty similar, and I feel like that's why it's such a good game.
Well, that sets the table here. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Vipers head coach Drew Sanders as he puts a bow on last year's magical season, talks about his expectations for 2025, and gets us ready for tonight's matchup with the Dripping Springs Tigers. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football. It's the Vype Central Texas High School Football Game of the Week on Vype Live.
Their knowledge and application.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our way to Chicken E, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
And we're pleased to be joined for the first time in the 2025 season by the head coach of the defending 6A Division II state champions, the Vandegrift Vipers, Coach Drew Sanders. Coach, are you ever going to get tired of hearing that?
That is something we me and you've talked about that. It's something that is permanent, never goes away. And I'm very thankful to all the parents and of course the team and coaches, and a lot of people contributed to that. And so thankful to be a part of it. And it was really cool. Definitely that is not on my mind today, if I can be honest. Don't really think about it much. The only thing I think about is how I'm going to get this team ready,
Yeah, well, what a difference a year makes. Last year I think we're all still a little bit shell-shocked after a whole extra month to kind of sit around and wait for the season to start.
Right.
This time, almost a nonstop celebration of that first title. What's this year been like for you, for the community, for the guys that are coming back on the team?
Well, the off season has definitely been unique. I always talked, at different clinics, and that was just a little bit up. And then I think our listeners know, but I'm also acting president of the THSCA, the Texas High School Coaching Association. That has added a few responsibilities to my plate, which is great. But yeah, we definitely had a few different things in the spring. We had our ring ceremony, so that was really fun. But really, spring ball was pretty normal, other than that ring ceremony.
Right. And
then summer was a good time to just get back to work with these guys. And off season they worked hard. So yeah, it was summer was a pretty normal. Summer was a pretty normal. Summer where we were enjoying some family time and doing all the stuff I'm trying to make up for, with all the demands of my job,
Well, such a crazy whiplash. You get to the state title game 3 years ago, knocked out in the first round 2 years ago, go all the way last year. Is it hard to keep grounded, to keep the guys focused on the day-to-day?
No, not really. Those guys graduated.
Right.
They all know we're a different team. And if anybody hung around me or any of our coaches for more than 30 minutes, you'd feel like, oh gosh, these guys are not worried about last year. Like we are so into improving this team and this group, and it's just not the way we're wired. I think so many people may be wired like that, and so I get asked that by a lot of people. Like, okay, you did it. Like you did the big accomplishment. You know, I actually got an interesting comment said to me the other day by somebody that's a businessman. He's like, you know, in my line of work, I don't really have that big thing. Like, you know, we just trying to get a good deal. We're trying to make some good money or whatever else. He goes, I can't imagine winning a lifelong goal, you know. So I guess that's what everybody sees as like this goal, and so now it's time to like chill, and that's just
right.
You and I, you know me very well. Like, I don't think I've ever been described as like a chill person.
Right.
And so I think that it's not hard at all for me to continue to work and continue to find problems to fix. We just have so many problems that we're trying to fix right now in our team, and that's the fun part of it, though. That's why they call me coach.
Yeah, and then that kind of leads into the next question. We start over now, so how difficult is that? Knowing how hard it is to get there, it's not like, you know, you've gone all that way now twice. How hard is that is it harder to focus, or not focus, but is it harder to start over knowing how hard it is, or, you know, are you guys just kind of looking forward to the new challenge with the clean slate?
No, I think the only thing that I think about that when you're spoiled like we've been, and you've been to state a couple of times, like nothing else really satisfies like that.
Right.
Like playing in Jerry's World, doing that, nothing really satisfies. But I will tell you that's what's a really close second is winning district title, winning big games, winning big playoff games. And we understand, yes, you know, you always feel a little bit short if you don't make it back because you actually know how that feels. But all the other stuff, like still feels really great, and it's still very important. And we also understand that, you know, this is how you get there. It's a you know, you've heard me use this example, but it's a ladder.
Yeah.
And you can't skip steps on a ladder or you fall. And so that's, you know, that's where we are. And so we have step one now. And it is, by the way, this is also something different. We start over every year. We start over every year with a few people back and some new coaches and a new expectation, a new theme. This is what we do, and in fact, that's what I've done for the last 28 years, is start over. And so a new season always brings a lot of fun. It brings a lot of, you're a little bit on edge because you're trying to figure out, can this team do it? Who's my snapper? Who's my punter? Who's my kicker? Who's, you know, all of these questions that you don't have game 5 because you've got some of those answered. But, you know, these guys got to go, a lot of these guys got to go play on the lines. And so we got to figure out if they can handle all that.
Well, before we talk about that Dripping Springs, one last question. Talk about the new hashtag. We talked a lot about last year about brick by brick. Talk about the new hashtag more. I mean, it seems pretty obvious on the surface, but I suspect there's, quote-unquote, more going on there than just that.
Yeah, I mean, this was picked, you know, for the listeners who don't know, the seniors pick our theme, and so they always do such a good job. And so they took that, and the overarching, yes, on the surface it seems really simple. We want more of everything we do: discipline, effort, the toughness, the honor, more winning, more big games, you know, all that stuff. But if you go a little bit further, the more stands for something, and the M stands for Matthew Vandegrift, the O stands for one goal, the R stands for reset, and the E stands for elevate. And each one of those has little points in there, and they're all made up by the guys, and they're dead serious about making sure they stick to their goals, the things they've set for the team. And so that's what it means. Is it's a reset, it's a start over. They understand that. They even brought that up on their own. We haven't changed who we're about, which is honoring the namesake.
Well, that's awesome. Vandegrift Vipers head coach Bruce Sanders, the guest here on the pregame show. So let's talk about this year's Vipers. Once again, graduated about 500 kids off of last year's squad. So what are some of the strengths of this year's team? What are some of the areas that you're going to have to focus on and get better at in a hurry?
Yeah, also, for those that don't know, you know, we'll have 75 guys on varsity. We have 50 seniors every year. And so we always graduate a bunch of guys. That's kind of what we do. But we did return a lot on offense. We probably have about 7 or 8 starters back. I don't know how you count that. And so we've got a lot of experience, a great O-line, 2 really productive receivers, of course, state game MVP quarterback, multiple guys that played in the state championship game, got a running back that played a lot last year, Justin Moore. And so we've got a lot of experience there. And then we've got a kicker back that made the field goal in the state game, Wiley Olson. He's taking on some punting roles now. And then we've got a linebacker back, and Parker Davis made a ton of plays made one of the biggest plays as they're trying to drive to score, tackles that guy in the open field in the South Lake game. We've got a big defensive end back. You know how many plays Hugo made. And then Tobias Gray played a ton, played in the state game, played a ton last year, started 4 or 5 games for us at the safety position, and he's back. And then the rest of the guys on defense are new. So defensively, right off the hoof, we've got some talent, but we've got a lot of youth, starting a lot of underclassmen, a couple of seniors, and so those guys are gonna get trial by fire as we go throughout the year. But as usual, this Vandegrift team will hopefully get better, like you've seen over the years.
Well, the fourth year to open up against Dripping Springs, one of the better 6A teams in the area. We talked about it before. They probably don't get the attention they deserve because of what Vandegrift's done over the years. So what can you tell us about this year's version of the Tigers?
Yeah, they just do a great job. I thought we would meet them in the quarterfinals this last year. Yeah. They ended up losing to Harlan. But they have a unique thing in the fact that they have 2 of the tallest receivers in the area, 165, 164. They both are pretty skilled. One's faster than the other, but both fast enough. A couple of big tackles back. One's got Division I offers. And then you've got a new quarterback. So they're playing a new quarterback. So we don't know. We think we might know, but we don't know who their quarterback is. But both are pretty talented. And then defensively, they've got a couple linemen back, a couple linebackers back. So they've got a few guys back there. They always play hard. They're always in the playoffs. We're very aware of how good they are. So we got to go on the road. So,
Yeah, you just mentioned it's a road game. That's a tougher environment. But does it help the guys, especially the newer guys, because all they have to focus on is playing football instead of all the distractions at home?
I mean, I don't mind it at all. The home game is a ridiculous pull on everybody. Yeah. From me to the staff to special events to whatever, and so I'm actually excited to get in the bus. Let's get on the road. As long as we, have AC in our charters. Last time we went down there, we didn't have AC, so we got out. We already sweated like 10 pounds.
Right.
That was kind of a backfire. I don't know if Dripping Springs bought our charters for us or what. I don't know how they did that. That was next level. If so. I would actually totally agree with that statement. I love going on the road, and this is going to be a hostile environment, and I love it. And so, and hopefully so do our guys. It's so fun walking into a stadium, and people are booing you, and people are packed, and then hopefully we don't give them much to cheer about. So hopefully we can find a way to do that.
Yeah, hopefully the highlight will be the pregame introductions for them, right? Well, so you're, defending state champions. As you mentioned, you're also president of the THSCA. You graduated 2 sons through the program. Your daughter's a senior. What are you going to do next year? Now you have to focus on is coaching football. You have to get like a hobby or something.
No, football's my hobby. That's one of the funny things. Everybody always asks me what else I do. I do play golf. I'm a pretty average golfer. But, it is just, it's what I love and do. And you would be surprised to watch it or listen or look at my text, because it's, like in spring or in the winter, whatever else, I'm sending text to somebody like, hey, did you see this, how they play this coverage? Did you see how they do? It's not just my job. It's like my love and what I really enjoy doing. And I'll pause and stop NFL or college games and or video it and send it to the staff and says we're putting the splits on Monday, or whatever. It's a lot of fun and so that's what I really have had so many different opportunities to do different things, and I just keep choosing Vandegrift. I keep choosing being a coach because I absolutely love the kids. I love being around young people and helping them, become adults. It's a blast. And to me, there's nothing more noble than somebody that takes care of kids. And so I really love the teaching profession. I admire the other coaches that have, coached me, the coaches I coach with and against. And I love getting to do this. And so I'm just going to keep doing this.
Well, no argument from yours truly or the Vandegrift community. Any final thoughts here before you let you get ready to defend your first ever state title?
Well, we're just going to go and try to be the best team we can be on Friday night. and we're going to try to improve and get better at what we do and represent the Vandegrift name. That's our focus this week, and I know this group will do that.
All right, Coach. Thank you for the time. Good luck on Friday night, and good luck this season.
Okay, thanks, Merle. See you Friday.
Vandegrift Vipers head coach Drew Sanders, our guest here on the pregame show. We'll take a break and be right back in time for the national anthem and the opening kickoff. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Vyper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finish selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the Four Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Vyper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance, and we also have in-house memberships.
Regular checkup to keep you in the game.
Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact-certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Dripping Springs, Texas. Merle Bertrand along with Matt Sanders here with you. Moments before kickoff, you see the Vipers gathered around Vic the Viper, sponsored by Steiner Ranch Steakhouse this year. Coach Drew Sanders' Vipers open the season ranked number 6 in the state by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, going for their 8th consecutive district title. The Dripping Springs Tigers under head coach Galen Zimmerman have navigated the transition from 5A powerhouse to 6A very well and are looking to make another deep playoff run. And Matt, we talked about it. Coach talked about it as we'll just focus on the guys running out of the tunnel right now. Senior offensive lineman Chase Springer leading out the Vipers for the first time in 2025. I don't know about you, Matt, but we talked about in years past how Viper fans haven't necessarily traveled well. They've got a nice crowd across the way. The home side is packed. Brian Spielos is up here. This is Dripping Springs Super Bowl. This is going to be a great ball game.
This is one of those games where, you come off a state championship like that, of course the enemy team wants to knock you off. And this whole season, the Vipers are going to have a target on their back more than they've ever had before. In the previous years, you're just the district champ. that's a pretty good, title to hold above your head. But
Yeah.
when you win a state championship, there's a little more oomph in the enemy team's chest to kind of knock you down. So this is one of those games where, stands are packed on both sides, which is going to be a good atmosphere.
Great
Football's
atmosphere.
back, and this is going to be a good one, Merrill. I think.
Going to start a couple minutes late. There was some weather in the area, some lightning delay, but I think it's cleared out of here. The 11th meeting between these two teams overall. They were district foes in 2010, 2015. It seems like a lifetime ago. That's back in your era, Matt. Vandegrift leads the series 7-3 after winning last year's season opener 31-14 at Vandegrift. And as we open our 16th season of broadcasting Vipers football on First KMAX Sports, which has become Vype Live, tonight marking our 811th Vipers cast overall on KMAX Sports and Vype dating back to 2009. And this one might be the best one of all.
Yeah. Creeping up on 1,000 there.
We're getting close. That just means I'm getting old. We got the emails in already. My mom was tuned in from the great state of Illinois, number one Viper fan in the state of Illinois. I got an email from Polly Eagle. Says all of our grandsons are now in college. Matt Draken is a freshman at University of Arkansas. Jack Rudberg, his roommate. But she still wants to watch. She wanted to know if that was possible. There's no statute of limitations on Viper fans. Of course, you are welcome to watch. So thank you, Polly, for the email. And we also got an email tonight from Martha Frizel. Says Parker Cease's Grammy. Aunties Lynn, Julie, Janet, and Doug. Tootsie are watching from Naples, Florida. Let's go, Vipers. As the Tigers take the field. voiceofthevipers@gmail.com, your email address. You want to give a shout-out to your favorite player on either side. Before we get underway, I want to thank the Vandegrift Vipers Football Booster Club, all the sponsors you're going to hear from tonight. If you've been with us over the year, you know that the varsity games have been pay-per-view basically since COVID. And this year, the Booster Club taking off the paywall to make it free to everybody. That means all that sponsor support is even more important. So thank those sponsors. Support the Booster Club any way you can as they make it possible for us to come out here not only on Friday night, but doing the sub-varsity games on Thursdays as well. A lot of weather delays in some of our other games back in the Austin area and down in San Antonio, that kind of thing. The weather, as I mentioned, got a little nasty on the drive out here. There's some lightning earlier, but I think we're going to get this one in. Sunset, as the sun has burned through the clouds behind us, I think we're going to get this in just fine.
Yeah, this is. We were a little worried at the start. I was getting text from
my
dad, coach, and he was like, "Hey, lightning's rolling in the area. We might be a little delayed." And I mean, we're only a couple minutes off of even that normal 7:30. I think we're about 5 minutes late here, so it's really nice. I hate rain delays more than anything.
Yeah.
Either playing them or just trying to watch the game, and all you can do is just kind of sit around and wait for those 30-minute intervals. Wait for. Number 6, Parker Davis. Number 9, Hugo De La Barra Vasquez. And number 12, Miles Tiadecki for the Vipers. And this first game is, sorry, Merle, didn't mean to cut you off there, but this first game is the captains that the team elected for the whole season. Normally it's between 4 to 6 for the Vipers, and that game one is kind of the ones that are the season-long captains, and the captains will change up as the weeks go on to get some other seniors out there, or other leaders on the team a chance to go out there and represent them. So really special opener. I was a captain in high school. I remember that.
All right, we're battling some internet connectivities. It is a full house tonight, so that could be a bit of a problem, but we're switching to a different hotspot and see if we can get on with Verizon instead of AT&T. So
it's those internet providers,
They are.
One of them's got to work.
Well, one of these days we'll get it figured out.
And this 2025 season is upon us with the first kick.
Down the goal line up to the 10 to the 15, up to 20. Nice see him on the left side and tripped up at the 32-yard line. Pretty good start there for the Dripping Springs Tigers.
Really good field position there by number 3, James Montgomery, the senior wide receiver for the Tigers. And man, that was almost a nightmare save by one of the last defenders. I've been in those games where you get there and, you know, whether it's something different in the air, sometimes that first kickoff is just a little different than normal. And first time anyone's doing a kickoff for the first time as a unit. So found a nice hole there. And thank goodness that wasn't for a touchdown. But nice field position for the Tigers offense to set up. Let's see what they can work with here.
Bit of a quarterback battle here at Dripping Springs. It is Chase Ames, Jr. getting the start here tonight with one receiver left and one to the near side. And moving on the lines and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll set him back to 5 yards.
Yeah, that'll make up a little bit for those extra return yards. So now it'll be right around that 25 mark, right at the 26. And, yeah, been there, been a lot of season openers, played a lot of football, and nerves are definitely there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you hear the crowd tonight. It's very rowdy, and you can't stimulate crowd noise in practice.
No.
So you show up in a real game, and a little different feeling. Everyone's just ready to just fire off. Once you get that first snap underway, nerves calm down a little bit.
So one receiver left, one to the near side. First down at 15. Handoff left side, and just a couple yards on the play. Going to bring up a second down and 12. Tigers have to replace both senior quarterback Maddox Mayer and senior running back Jack Tyndall. That's you know, your entire backfield is gone. So gain of 3, second down and 12.
That was number 94. It was a sophomore Gavin Ball in on that tackle, dragging that running back back.
Boy, you're a sophomore defensive lineman at the 6A level. That's pretty impressive. Second down and 12. High snap. Nice job to Spirit, and a straight ahead run out to about the 32-yard line. On the carry was Jason Goda.
No whistle. As he looks like the knee wasn't down. The play stopped for just a second, and he was able to kind of rumble for a couple more yards there. Now it's third and about 5. Third manageable. This is, you know, at this point it's kind of anyone's game, offense and defense at 3rd and 5. So let's see what the Tigers have scripted up and ready to go here.
So 3rd down and 5 from the 36-yard line. One receiver left, double tight end set for the Tigers. Ames dropping back, pressure coming from the edge, steps up, he's in trouble, and dumps it off underneath, complete to the 40, makes the man miss to the 45, and tripped up at the 50-yard line. But that'll be good for a first down. Saving the touchdown was Brady Spielis. Nice concentration, nice patience by Ames, not the panic with the pressure coming on him.
Really good movement in the pocket by that junior. This is his first start ever. And you saw right there, he, you know, maybe a more nervous quarterback takes off there, but he finds his man, dumps it off, and gets the first down.
So first down and 10, play action, and now whistles blow again. This will push him back. Well, didn't stop him the first time. Let's see if it'll help out the Vipers this time.
Starting at 1st and 15, I don't know the exact statistic, but it definitely does hinder your chances of actually scoring on the drive every single time it does happen. And again, the Vipers do a really good job of stemming that defensive front, shifting around. You know, they've done it for years. They'll yell, shift in your face, move around, and as an offensive lineman again, first game of the season, you just got a little more juice. You want to punt, you know, you want to fire off. So a little movement, and Tigers get caught with 5 yards.
1st and 15, back at the 45-yard line. Trips here to the near side now. And straight ahead running again, and a nice hole cross at 50. Bounces back to the 45 into Viper territory. Hit hard at the 43-yard line. Gain of about 8 yards on the play. Hard running again from Jason Goda. Yeah, that'll bring up a second down and a long 2.
Into the secondary, and that was brought down by number 8, Tobias Gray.
2 receivers left, one to the near side. Ames. And, great job this time. Coming in, Hugo de la Barra Vasquez, one of just 3 starters back. It seems like he's been playing defense for about 8 years for the Vipers, but, boy, they needed that stop. Pushed him back a couple yards, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Really good play by the senior veteran returner, and Brady Cernchek, a first-time defensive starter coming in and helping out with the tackle as well.
Empty back set now, looking left. Pocket breaking down again, and this time he's going to go down. Great coverage downfield. Could not get away from de la Barra Vasquez, and who was that with him? Was that 90?
Yeah, it was Rohan Sturgeon coming in on the other side. And, man, what a huge sack just when you needed it. The veteran, the returner defensive end, and we saw do that same play all last year.
Right.
Does it again when the defense needs it most. And looks like they were, I thought that was 4th down. You got a 4th down.
They were thinking about it, either that or they kind of lost.
they had fourth down over there. That was third down, apparently, and now they're punting it. I don't know.
So it is fourth down.
I think everyone was a little confused on what down it was. They didn't have the right
opening night for everybody, right?
Yeah, it is. I saw them, struggling to get Vic set up too. Literally everyone is for the first time doing it. We're back a little rusty on the mic. Hopefully, get through it tonight.
Good snap back. And a high end over end wobbly punt. Fair catch call for a made in traffic, and it actually hit the back of the Tiger cover man down there. That was Gabriel Morales. So the Vipers will take the field for the first time on offense after giving up a first down. Yeah, Miles Teodecki, what a season that young man. I was looking at my notes getting ready for tonight. Last year my notes said making his first career start. Now he's like start number 17 after just one season.
When you have a long season like that and then you get to return, I mean, you don't see many high school players anywhere across the entire nation having that much experience under their belt, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So, man, this kid is, I mean, you saw his performance in the state game, almost perfect. I could count his incompletions on one hand of what this kid did. And he was playing with a broken finger. I mean, this is exactly everything in Viper culture in a quarterback, and I'm excited to see his senior year.
Senior Justin Moore lined up behind him, replacing Brendan Fournier. And Moore will get his first carry of the night. He's going to be stacked up for no gain in the play. And slammed under, lost a couple of back to the line of scrimmage. That's about, by the way, 201 out of 290, 3,251 yards, 48 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And a couple of those interceptions came in when they were just trying stuff, I think. The game was in hand, and he was kind of forcing some stuff to see what he could get away with. Because late in the season, he only had 1 or 2 interceptions.
Yeah. And I remember specifically complaining about the time where he threw such a perfect pass and just bounced off the receiver's chest and intercepted. Like, that doesn't count. Wipe
that didn't count.
Wipe the one off the stat sheet.
Second down and 2, and that ball incomplete, off the mark a little bit. Going to bring up a third down and 12 here, trying to get it out to Thomas Beechler, the senior wide receiver. Of course, the speeds of George Farley gone, but Brock Chilton is back along with Beechler.
And both those guys, man, they had a great season too last year. And imagine, Brock was hurt for that state championship game. A lot of people forget that.
That's right.
He was such a big part of this offense. So up to I think he played in almost every playoff game except the last 2.
Right.
And we were really worried about, hey, are we going to have this receiver depth? And so many guys stepped up, but he's such a huge weapon. It's so nice to have him back.
2 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side, third down and 12. Dropping back, Teodecki pass over to the left side, got a receiver, incomplete off the mark, had him open. Beecher broke it off, would have had the first down marker, but Teodecki had to get rid of it pretty quickly. I think my favorite George Farley moment came in the baseball season last spring. I don't know how many Viper football fans watch Viper baseball on Vype. Against Vista Ridge, he reaches first base on a drop pop-up. Steals second, steals third, steals home, and the Vipers win the game 1-0.
That is insane. He is maybe one of the fastest straight-line runners I've ever seen.
Right.
And that's why, his signature for football would just go. Just run down the sideline. We saw a touchdown in the state game, too, where he just burned the defender. I feel like that translates pretty well to running bases in baseball as well.
So Wally Olsen set to punt it away after the 3-and-out low snap, and he plucks it off the carpet and gets a high, booming punt, not particularly deep. And it takes sort of a sideways roll, and the Vipers going to down it at about the 48-yard line. So that one turned out to be a 24-yard punt, no return, and Dripping Springs will take over with good field position. 7:27 to go opening quarter, no score.
That's one of those things that is so hard in the first game, those special teams units, because, again, as a kicker, as a specialist, practice environment's much different from the game. You saw the low snap, you saw the punt a little wobbly as well, and it's just you got to be able to do it in a few games. All right, we did it once, guys. Let's take a breath. We're all good. And then both teams kind of making errors on both sides of the ball, and just first game of the season, that's what you expect even with returners.
Dropping back is stepping up now, steps through the pressure, dumps it off over the middle of the field, and incomplete. Good pressure coming in from the backside. Took 3 guys to keep out. Who was that? It was that Hugo de Lavar Vasquez again? Took 3 guys to keep him away from the quarterback Ames.
He's just been a game wrecker so far and early in this game, and that's what you expect from a returning senior that played. We talked about it, how many games they played last year. And to have a guy like that on a defense that doesn't have a lot of starters back, sure it gives Coach Sanders a sigh of relief. Hey, I've got one stud defensive end that I know will produce right out the gate.
Second down and 10. Ames with the handoff up the middle. And dragging tacklers down to about the 45 or the 44-yard line in the Viper territory. Hard running again from Goda. And we'll set up a 3rd down and about 3. Tigers likely in 4-down territory. Stan Bertright's in. Big shot up from Naples, Florida from Grammy, Ants, Tootsie, Julie, Janet, and Doug and Lynn for Parker Cecil, number 71. He lost his grandfather, Stan Paul, last Saturday night, but he is watching from heaven. Go Vipers. I'm sorry to hear that. 3rd down and 3. Play action pass over to the right side and incomplete. When you got receivers that are about 8 feet tall, you may as well throw it up there. They try to get it down to Merrick Bloomgren. And good coverage from Brady Cernchik, the senior.
Yeah, you've got Merrick Bloomgren out there, and then you've got the other one's number 2.
Can't forget about Cooper Reed.
Cooper Reed, and both are standing about 6'4" and some change there. Man, it's just nice to have a big target like that as a quarterback, just throw it up.
4th down play coming up, handoff right side, and he is going to pick up the 1st down inside the 40 down to the 39. Vipers had Goda stacked up, but he managed to make a nice cutback and run out of the tackles, and the Tigers keep the drive alive. Our friend Pierre Hummert writing in said, watching my grandson Parker Cecil from Czech Republic on my vacation. Go Vipers. So Parker with an international fan club tonight.
Vipers going global.
1st down and 10 from just inside the 40. 5:58 to go. Dropping back. Ames. Pass. Center of the field. Going for it all. That ball is incomplete. The closest man to it was Brady Cernchik. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Again, both quarterbacks starting off uncharacteristic for Teodecki. Little
right.
First game jitters, not on target. And then first start for Mr. Chase Ames. Again, that deep ball. One of those things that as the season goes on, you see those quarterbacks get more and more accurate.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Just feeling it out, feeling that game speed. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 again, just across the 40-yard line. One receiver left, one to the near side. 2 tight ends in. And the handoff up the middle, nice hole, but it closes up quickly. They're going to stack them up at about the 35-yard line for a gain of about 4. Goda off to a good start, the senior running back for the Tigers. Louise Olson writing in from my neck of the woods. Wally Olson's grandparents and cousins are watching from Chicago. We were in Dallas with them. Would love to experience that again. Go Wally, we love you. All these emails at voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. We'll keep up as best we can. One receiver left, one on the near side. 3rd down and 6. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Probably wish he handed it off. He's going to be stacked up for a 2-yard pickup. Parker Davis, the first one to get to him.
And that was a senior quarterback coming in for a little read
Oh, it was, yeah, good catch.
So Mateo Perez. That's, again, that kind of 2 quarterbacks that we talked about were battling out for the spot. Seems like Chase Ames got the nod. And I guess Mateo Perez might be the more notorious better runner, and they might throw him in on the kind of those option packages and those plays. So try to do something there, but now it's 4th down.
Here we go again, 4th and 3. Handoff up the left side, inside the 30, and is going to pick up the 1st down again. Spins down to the 24-yard line. They pick up the 2nd 4th down of the drive.
And this Dripping Springs line so far is just finding a lot of space in the middle of the defense right now. Their tackles are both very big and kind of the studs of this offensive line from my scouting report I got. But this interior line has surprised me a lot with how much they're moving around and finding space. And these Tigers are just running inside zone all day, 4 or 5 yards a pop. And you know, they're trusting on 4th down to get that first.
Dropping back, Ames looking, now rolling to his right, dumps it off underneath, complete to the 20, cuts it back inside the 20 to 15, makes the first man miss, and going to be shoved out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, but that's going to be an 11-yard pickup and another 1st down. Swung it out to Goda out of the backfield that time.
Number 22, Joey Fennell, first-time starter out there making the tackle.
And we're going to have a timeout. We'll get a few more emails in. Jim Oliver, longtime Viper fan and Viper parent writing in. Always great to see the Vipers back on the field. Vipers forever. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Will Wood's grandparents from Findlay, Ohio. The Currys say good luck Vipers on a great season. And the Swartwoods writing in, hi Viper Nation, we're so ready for another great season of Viper football. Although our grandson Coach Swarwood is out with a shoulder injury, we're wishing all Vipers on the field and off the field a great game. Go Vipers, and they always spell it G-E-A-U-X, from Mimi and Yes Yes in New Orleans.
Our gold sponsors, Austin Oral Surgery, Austin Sports Medicine, Bill Bailey.
Well, you got to give the quarterbacks, I'm assuming, Mom, Judy Teodecki?
Yeah. I think so.
Says good luck to the Vipers. Have a great, safe season from grandparents. From Miles Teodecki's grandparents in Shelby Township, Michigan.
It was the Vipers who called the timeout on that.
What's that?
Did you see who called the timeout? Vipers or Tigers?
Looks like we did because they've taken one off on the board. It's one of those defensive regroup timeouts here.
Yeah, once you get into the red zone, they were moving pretty quickly. I like the timeout to kind of slow the pace a little bit, recover, and let's make a stand here.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line, and handoff right side of the 5. And digging for more, going to get it down to the 3, going to be a first and goal. They go to a different running. No, that was 27 again, I think.
No, it's number 4, Lawson Attaway with the carry.
Yeah, you're right, Lawson Attaway.
Yeah, so that was his first carry of the night, I think. But wow, they're just finding these gaping holes right now in the Viper defense.
So first and goal from the 3. They give it to Attaway again, and he's into the end zone, and Dripping Springs draws first blood.
Another read option, and this is becoming very effective now against the Viper defense. And you see these kind of late pulls by the quarterback, Chase Ames. We're kind of holding that defender. You're holding that defensive end where he's frozen in time, kind of waiting to see who pulls out with the ball. And that late give to the running back allows a lot of space right there where that defensive end is, and walks right into the end zone. Really nice play by the Tigers offense. Look at that. The Vipers down 6-0, barring the extra point here. And, you know, first game of the season, that's always a question mark if they can make that right now. 7-0. Tigers are up, and Vipers now trailing for the first time in
a long time. Ian French knocked through the extra point. We'll take a break and see if they can regroup. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
All right, Vandy fans, it's quiz time with Tiff's Treats. Question: how many wins did the Vipers rack up last season? 13? 14? 15? If you answered 15, congrats, you're a true Vandy Viper fanatic. And to celebrate our 6A Division II state champion Vipers and the greatness of the 2025 season, we're giving you 15% off your next order of Tiff's Treats warm cookies. Just use code VANDY15 at cookiedelivery.com. Warm cookies baked to order and delivered to the door. Tiff's Treats.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
All right, Matt Sanders, how many times have we seen it? The Vipers give up an early touchdown, make the adjustments on the sideline, and that's the only score they give up the entire night.
Yeah, pretty often. You know, this coaching staff's really good at making adjustments, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
I feel like that's how the Viper defense has just been in the past. So, you know, that first touchdown, again, nothing to panic at as you kind of got to adjust to what the offense is showing you.
French sends the kickoff deep to about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and the Vipers will take over with their second offensive possession of the night. 3:49 to go opening quarter, down 7-0. Paul Humbert says, watching Parker Cecil and Viper football from Sacramento, California. Go Parker, from Uncle Paul, Auntie Lauren, and Cousin Owen.
And that first series was kind of a classic first series of the year. You know, you obviously envision that series be super scripted. Everything works out. You go score a touchdown. We just saw Drip kind of stall their wheels in the first series, and the Vipers kind of did on their first series. Well, okay, played some football now, boys. Let's calm down. Let's put a drive together.
Defense is an inexperienced unit. The offense, for the most part, especially in the offensive line, a veteran group back. So let's see how they respond. Teodecki swings it out, right side, complete up to the 25, gets a block on the edge, bounces to the outside, and out to about the 29-yard line. Solid 4-yard pickup. Hauling that one in, there he is, Brock Shilton, his first catch of the season.
That's what we want to do to kind of just get this offense on track. Let's get these nice, easy completions. Let's find our main weapons, and let's just get this offense just moving a couple yards at a time. Start feeling that rhythm, everything just comes easier. Start completing those first few nice, easy passes, and everything just falls into place after that.
Second down and 6 on the 29-yard line. One receiver right to the near side for Teodecki. He's got Justin Moore lined up to his right side. Receiver coming in motion right to left. Teodecki dropping back, looking right, steps up. He's got some running room, and he'll tuck it under. He can run head first dive down to the 36-yard line to pick up the first down. He doesn't run a lot, but he picks his spots and usually chooses wisely when he does.
Saw a flag on the near sideline here. There's a late flag that didn't kill the play.
Please.
Yeah, Vipers are moving the wrong way, so.
Yeah, legal shift. That's usually, can't be a false start if they don't kill the play right there. So somebody was moving the wrong direction, maybe a little forward on their shift or whatever it was, and official spotted out. And, you get to replay second down. Now you're a little bit behind the chains. It takes away that kind of, especially in the early drives, you want to continue just kind of like gain those little advantages. You want to stay within those chains and get 3-4 yards at a time. You don't got to do anything crazy, but once you start getting behind the chains, the second down, you have more limited plays than a full playbook you can call when it's, for example, 3rd and 2, which would have been like right there with the scramble.
So second down, 11 now from the 24-yard line after that penalty. Teodecki dropping back, pump fake. Steps up between two defenders, bounce to the outside, tripped up, doesn't go to the 34. I don't know who got a shoestring, but that prevented a first down, but a nice pickup for Teodecki. It'll bring up a manageable 3rd down at about 3.
Tigers bringing one extra there to force the process, speed up, and Teodecki just deciding to kind of take off, use his legs there. And now we're back in that kind of 3rd and really manageable here, 3rd and 3. And this makes it a lot easier for the offense coordinator to be like, hey, we got a lot of plays for 3rd and short.
Inside of 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Vipers looking for the first down of the night. Two receivers wide right, Teodecki in the shotgun. Handoff, Justin Moore, and he is going to break tackles, get to the 35. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he got just enough. Nice pursuit by the Tiger defense to stack him up.
They gave it to him.
Moore, not the biggest guy, just 5'9", but he packs a lot of muscle in there at 175.
And he's such good laterally. I mean, you saw right there, he's really good at making those cuts in the backfield when he doesn't see something he likes. That's what we saw a lot last year, too, where he gets the ball and he's able to kind of really dance and create space for himself.
Give it to him again, getting the running game going. Spin moves out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Kind of settling down, getting ahead of the chains here now.
Number 9, Bobby Wilkinson. Colton Tripp on the tackle.
And that's what we like to see on the first down play. If you're getting more than 4 yards on that first down play, you're very happy as an offense coordinator. You got a lot of options here on 2nd and 4.
Two receivers wide right, one to the near side. 48 seconds, clock rolling, opening quarter, down by 7. Teodecki on a wraparound from behind the line of scrimmage, and not much running room, no gain in the play. Tigers weren't fooled at all. They handed it off to Justin Moore again. He started to the right side of Teodecki, went behind him for the handoff, but Drip wasn't fooled.
Get a little misdirection there, a little creativity with the run game, trying to throw a wrinkle in. But Drip, we talked about this in the pregame. They're very disciplined on defense, similar to the Vipers. And so sometimes those misdirection plays they're either going to hit for a huge gain, or you're going to end up right at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's 3rd and 4 with 7 seconds left in the quarter. See if the Vipers decide to get a playoff here.
3 seconds left, 2, 1. Nope, they didn't get it off. So we have reached the end of quarter number 1. Tigers draw first blood 7-0. Vipers with a key 3rd down and 4. When we come back, although was there a penalty or?
Well, it looked like the clock hit 0.
Right, everybody just kind of
players on the edge saw that and then started moving away from the line of scrimmage.
But there is a flag down, so I'm not sure.
But then the official threw the flag as they moved when they saw the clock hit 0 because they assumed that there was trying to be a play call. So it shouldn't be a penalty. We'll see what the officials decide. I saw a couple coaches come off the sideline pretty heated up after seeing the laundry fly there. So we'll see what they decide here.
I think we've reached the end of the first quarter. The teams are off the field, so we'll take a break and be right back. 7-0 Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Right back to it here. Teams will flip sides. 3rd down and 4. Vipers now going from left to right from their own 41-yard line. Now they completely shift the formation and put more back to the left side of Teodecki, and that'll be a timeout taken by Dripping Springs. So the Vipers, with a little adjustment of their own, force the Tigers to burn a timeout. We'll see how that plays into effect as the first half winds down.
Yeah, you saw this a lot last year, and it looks like they're continuing it. A lot of just kind of pre-snap motion to kind of get the defense on its heels and say, okay, we just saw one formation. Now, they're splitting out to 3 wide. What's going on? And they just are getting a little more confused. And especially early in the season, it's going to cause a lot more confusion just because, again, first game for everybody. So,
right.
Tigers a little stressed out on D, called a timeout. And it looks like the officials made the right call. Didn't end up, keeping that flag on the false start when the Vipers started to move when the quarter ended.
Right.
So that was good. So now it's 3rd and 4, which is very manageable for this offense. And drawing a timeout is very nice as you kind of get to talk and say, hey, are we still going with that play? Or maybe they got something else up their sleeve.
Right.
After they kind of showed their hand a little bit.
Now, one thing new this year, like NCAA, there is a 2-minute timeout at the end of the half and the end of regulation. High school adopting or following NCAA rules. College brought it in last year. Don't call it the 2-minute warning. That's trademarked by the NFL, but it is a 2-minute timeout at the end of the half and the end of regulation. 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. Teodecki dropping back, looking over the center of the field, swings it off underneath, complete to Chilton, and can't get there. Good play coming in, trailing the play to keep him just a couple yards shy of the first down. I think that was number 11, Colton Hansen, a senior linebacker, making a senior play right there.
Really nice job keeping pace with Chilton. You know how fast he is as a player, and he's basically full speed already on that drag right there.
Right.
And they're, right there with him, stride for stride. And obviously it's a little harder to turn up as a wide receiver and run out of space. So he just ran right out of bounds there. And it's 4th and short. You're on your own side of the field. You're down 7 points. Let's see what the Vipers decide to do. It looks like they're just bringing their punt unit out there, which is the safe thing to do and the analytical correct thing to do here. See if we can get a better punt this time, and there it goes.
Much better punt from Wiley Olson this time. He got the foot into it. Takes a Viper roll inside the 15. It's going to roll down to the 9-yard line. How about that?
Really
41, 46, 47 yards by my University of Texas math. And the Viper defense has got him pinned down deep now. Let's keep him there.
Now that's how you recover from a little bit of a shaky first punt. You come back and then you pin that offense right down inside the 10. Really hard to get out of there. And the Viper defense has kind of a redemption drive where, struggling against that option run. The Tigers kind of found something they like there where now they're kind of freezing that defensive end. They know how good DVV is and how good our ends are. And now they're kind of making them kind of forced to make a decision and trying to play off that. So let's see what the Vipers do to kind of adjust to this option offense they're running so far.
Starting from the 10 officially is where they say it was down, and the handoff off the left side, bounces to the outside and cuts it back up, spins out across his 15 to the 16-yard line. Nice running again by Jason Goda as he gives his Tigers a little bit more breathing room.
Really nice.
Rohan Sturgeon has to come out for a play as the helmet popped off.
Really nice run. It's a nice 6-yard gain there on first down. And again, riding with that option, Chase Ames doing a really nice job of waiting to the last possible second to give or take and freezing up the defensive line of the Vipers.
One receiver split way wide right on the short side of the field. High snap, swing pass underneath and caught at the 30. Almost a fingertip on it, but it somehow got through to Cooper Reed, the senior wide receiver, with his first catch of the night. And Drip on the move again up to the 29-yard line.
Tackle made by number 4, Brady Cernchek. He's been all over the field tonight.
Swing pass left side. Up to the 35, cuts it back to the 40. Stiff arm and drug down at about the 45-yard line, but not before about another 15-yard pickup. Rustled to the turf there by Brady Spielis, but the Tigers, after starting on their own 10, they quickly moved it out 35 yards here with 10:27 to go first half.
That's Cooper Reed. Again, another really big body, physical wide receiver. You usually don't see that archetype being able to move like that, take a screen, and really create space for himself and go down the sideline and pick up a first down.
Trips wide right, and one receiver here to the near side. Ames sends his back in motion. They swing it out to him to the 40. Gets a block on the edge of the 45. And out across midfield and into Viper territory to the 45-yard line. Another 9, maybe even, they're going to say at the 45-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Spielis again on the stop.
That's Gota again. And man, he's having a game. Finding plenty of space in the passing game now as well.
Ames in the shotgun, one receiver wide right, 2 to the near side. Handoff up the middle, first down and more, breaks inside the 40, down to the Viper 37-yard line. They're just picking them up in chunks right now.
This run game for the Tigers is just dominant right now. They're making space. Their O-line's doing a really good job creating huge lanes, and their running backs don't have to do too much, but kind of the hole's right in front of them. They run straight, and they're already into the second level, and they're just picking up, like you said, chunks with each run. Viper's got to settle down and find a way to get some sort of negative play to maybe slow down this rushing attack.
First down, there you go. There's a 5-yard mark off.
This is just what you need as a defense. Kind of, hey, let's back them up a little bit in first 15. Get behind the sticks a little harder to run.
Right.
That might be exactly what the defense needs to kind of take a little pressure off this run game. They're right now just struggling to stop.
This will make you feel old, Matt. Can't wait for another season as I'm graduating college in December. That from former Viper manager Tommy Hartman. First and 15, back at the 43-yard line. One receiver wide right, one to the near side. High snap, Ames goes and gets it, hands it off right side, and not much running, maybe a yard pickup. Good penetration that time. As once again, Spielis getting up from the bottom of the pile, had some help over there on that far side, but you said it's harder to run when you get behind the chain. 2nd and 14 here from the 42-yard line.
Helped out there also by number 10, Thomas Foote, who's making his first start tonight for the Vipers. And you saw him a little special teams last year.
Yeah.
Made some good plays on that. Now starting linebackers for this unit.
Empty back set for Ames. Troop to the near side. Looking left, fires over the middle of the field. Caught in a dead run and knocked out at the 32-yard line. He hits James Montgomery in stride. Sets up a 3rd down and about 4 from the 32-yard line.
Brought down by number 6, Parker Davis, who one of the returners on this defense. We saw him all over the field last year and, again, getting involved. Now it's 3rd and about 4 here for the Tigers. This is a huge 3rd down for the Viper D. Getting a stop here would definitely just be right with the doctor order, trying to get the ball back to your offense.
Right. 3rd and 4 from the 32. Power formation, just one receiver here to the near side. Quarterback up on the center. And handoff up the middle, going to be stacked up at the 28-yard line. Got the second effort and got down to the 27 for the first down.
Vipers prepared with that set. Looks like they've seen it on film. Obviously had a nice set prepared for it, but again, this Dripping Springs O-line is just paving holes. You see this mass of people, and then all of a sudden you see number 27 Gota just kind of squeak out of there and then pick up just what he needs to get that first. Again, heavy set.
Same formation. Give it to him again. Spins this time. It's going to be stacked up for maybe a yard of the play. Good effort to at least pick up one from Gota. I don't know who got in the backfield and got him and spun him around to slow him up, but 2nd down and 9 here from the 26-yard line.
DVV first one to make contact there, and again, Gota does a really good job of just kind of spinning off him and turning a negative play into 1 or 2 yards. Which is a huge difference, again, for this offense to be behind the 6th, 2nd down, and now you're right in between it at 2nd and 9.
On the 26-yard line. 7 minutes to go, first half, down by 7. One receiver wide right, one to the near side. Ames back in the shotgun. Play action. Pressure coming. Steps up. Fires over the middle of the field. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown. Cooper Reed with the score, and the Tigers lead it 13-0 with the extra point pending.
And wow, he was found a space in that cover 2 high zone right between the safeties, and a nice little post route wide open for the end zone, and that's a big body wide receiver. Really hard to miss that guy open in the end zone. And that's a touchdown for the Tigers. Vipers are now down 13-0 pending this extra point.
Ian French for the extra point. The kick is up. Looks good from here, and it is good. So 6:47 to go, first half. Down by 14. Let's take a break, see if the offense can get them back in the game while the defense figures it out. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime. Always worth every dime. On our way is chicken eat. Unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best. Not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
Cause for concern, not necessarily for panic. 6:47 to go, first half, down by 14. Julia Duffy-Zubinski writing in says, we're so excited to watch the first game of the season. Vipers strike, can't wait to see the halftime show by the Legacy's dance team. Love Mom and Dad. They always put on a show. 14-0, Merle here with Matt. Hank will be with us next week. Vipers had a little bit of an offensive success on series number 2. Let's see what number 3 brings here. And a line drive kickoff, and that one goes into and out of the end zone.
They're going to start right there at the 25.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that. But this is kind of the drive where you need to see the Vipers offense put some sort of points on the board. Even a field goal I'd be happy with at this point. That's the veteran side of the ball. That's the one that, you expect to kind of be a little more prepared in the first game than the defense is. Obviously, you got a lot more starters there, so the defense maybe a little expected to kind of be like, hey, let's, figuring ourselves out. We have a lot of first-time starters on that side of the ball. The offense needs to answer here, and that's what, we saw a lot of success on the second drive and just kind of stalled out there right at the end, almost got that third down. So looking for that point. Those points on this
Teodecki
drive.
dropping back, swings it out left side, complete to the 30 and up to about the 32-yard line. Good for about a 7-yard pickup. Second down and 3 coming up.
Looks like
Gavin Kester, I think, on the reception.
And he actually dropped it right before he went
he did drop it.
So now it's second.
I never saw the ball come away.
Yeah, it looked like he had it for a second and then just popped out of his hands there. So 2nd and 10.
So a tough break there. Would have had a nice 7-yard pickup. Instead of 2nd and 10 back at the 25-yard line. They spring them out wide left again. 2 receivers now to the near side. Teodecki dropping back, looking pass over to the center of the field, and incomplete just off the mark. 2 receivers kind of in the same area.
Good for number 15 on Dario Jackman, a junior wide receiver. I don't think we've seen him
no.
start for the varsity. So, right, he was open. Had a nice little seam there in the secondary. Just missed him on the throw.
It's a big third down here. You do not want to give the ball back to Dripping Springs with 6 minutes to go, the way they're moving the ball on offense. 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Trips here to the near side. Pass in the slot. Hook and ladder. Cutting it up to the 30. Can he get the corner turn? He will. Stays in bounds. First down. Vipers to the 38-yard line. What a play. They dump it off to Chilton. The hook and ladder to Thomas Beechler, who picks up the first down.
Really big play. Really nice. Really needed for the first time for a first down, but I think Dripping Springs sideline pointing back at the Vipers like there is a flag.
Their coaches are going nuts on the sideline as the play was developing. Like they thought there might have been a hold. And that is the call. So that'll wipe out the first down.
So one of the Tiger defenders tugging out his jersey a little bit, saying, complaining to the ref, and ref must have seen it. And that backs him up to now 3rd and 12. Doesn't change the call too much from 3rd and 10. So just get a replay here of this down. Let's see if they've got something else cooking for a nice 3rd and long conversion.
Two receivers on either side lined up in the sticks. Teodecki dropping back. Shuttle pass underneath. Nice play. Cuts it to the right side of the 30. Spins out to the 35 to the 34-yard. They're going to be a yard shy of the first down. I almost think you go for it here.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
you just
tough.
Feel the mounting pressure right now. There's 6 minutes left. It's 4th and short.
4th and about a foot.
But this is a big 4th down.
Oh, man.
Obviously, prepare for the worst. You don't get it. Your defense, who has been struggling so far tonight, has a really short field for this Tigers offense that hasn't like been able to be stopped yet since that first drive.
Let's see if we go to that jumbo package in the Wildcat. I see HDD.
13 seconds left, and it might need to use a timeout here. There's only 9.
HDD is checked in. Here we go. They got 5 seconds left to get it off. Teodecki up under center. 1. Gets it off. Handoff. More, and he's not going to get there.
Wow. Tigers defense comes alive, gets a stop on the 4th and 1, and man, Vipers are in a bit of trouble here now. You're in short field. Defense has come out and make some sort of stop. You cannot let them score another touchdown, or the momentum has really gone awry. And on the road, you do not want to be in that situation.
I'm with you, Matt. Timeout might have been in order. That just felt a little rushed. They weren't quite settled.
But again, you're in a situation like that as a coach. You're like, man, we're probably going to need those timeouts at the end of the half.
That's right, yeah.
Put a drive together. Do we really need to waste one here?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I think we can get the snap off. And
they got it off.
On a play like that, they just barely get it off. But again, like you're saying, it feels a little rushed. And you just, on a big 4th down like that, you need everything in line. You need everything perfect because the momentum has completely shifted to the Tigers.
Dropping back is Ames. Stumped it up underneath and almost picked off. He overshot his receiver. Brady Serchik was there, climbed the ladder to try to get to it. 2nd down and 10. 5:22 to go first half, down by 14. But the Tigers with a golden opportunity to really get some separation here. Vipers will get the football to start the second half. Barely remember that kickoff with the internet issues we were having at the time. But 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Cutting back up inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 coming up. Uncle Jeff from Cleveland, Ohio, wishing Parker Cecil another outstanding Viper season. He's got the biggest fan club of anybody.
And that's Jason Goda again. Another big chunk on this run play. And you're seeing the Viper D-line kind of get upfield, and it almost looks like they're there in time, but this running back is doing a good job of just kind of like shrugging off those tackle attempts in the backfield and always making something out of what looks like nothing initially in a run.
Big play here at 3rd and 5, movement at the line. That'll make it 3rd and 10, so that will help.
Definitely help out here. Takes away the option of you're normally not going to call a run play on 3rd and 10 as an offense. I've obviously been having a lot of success with the Tigers, and maybe you think, hey, run on 3rd down and then get a manageable run on 4th down. But this makes it a lot easier for the defense on 3rd and long. You're expecting kind of more of a pass play. You can kind of pin your ears back, maybe drop some sort of pressure to rush that quarterback who's making his first start, and get a much-needed stop for this defensive unit.
Ariel Wood writes in, cheering on my little brother Will Wood from Huntsville, Alabama. 3rd and 10 from the 33. Clock moving again, 4:38 to go first half. And the Tigers will call a timeout. I'm going to see if I can get to the last of the emails. Gene Spear writing in. Miles Teodecki's Nana from Michigan, wishing all the Vipers good luck tonight. Popping is watching you all from heaven, and I know he's cheering you all on. Go Vipers. And this gentleman wrote us from, I think it was Tonga at the scrimmage. Mr. Villalall. Let's go Vipers. Time to get to work. Let's get the W and start the season off right. Go Vandegrift. So I think I've caught up with everybody. voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. Thank you to everybody for taking the time to write in. Couple of scores in Central Texas. Bowie leading Manor 7-0. What we used to call a K-Mac Cup game. One game, 2 separate broadcast crews there for us. And Hyde Park over Cathedral. El Paso 14-0 over at the Quarries. See if we can get some other scores here tonight from Cedar Ridge and those kind of schools. We are broadcasting this year. This is pretty cool. 7 of the 9 teams in District 25 6A. So we will definitely know what's going on in the playoff race.
It's almost full district coverage. We're knowing
pretty
what's
much,
going
yeah.
on. All right.
Here we go, third and 10.
Defense back out, 3rd and 10. And Tigers, again, feeling how important this third down is to feel like they can maybe try and put the Vipers away, call a timeout, as their whole formation shifts. Now a bunch here on the near side.
Ames in the shotgun, high snap, handoff, starts the right side and not going to get there. Coming in from the backside, that man again, Rohan Sturgeon, his second big play of the night, and it's 4th down coming up.
Just what the doctor ordered for this Viper defense. A negative play on 3rd and long. You bring a little bit of pressure there. You get some dudes in the backfield, and you allow your D-line to just wreak some havoc. And now 4th and long. Obviously, as the Tigers, you're kind of out of field goal range here.
Right.
So, and you're up 14. You're feeling it. You're like, hey, why not see if we can go for it and really just try and put a dagger in the back of the Vipers here, which is what this first down would feel like. Let's see if the Vipers can do it on 4th and long and get them off the field.
4th and long from the 36-yard line. Trips wide to the right. Empty back set for Ames. Looking downfield. Pocket breaks down. Scrambles to his right. Dumps it off underneath. Complete to the 21-yard line. They pick up the first down.
Wow,
on a
this
4th and 13.
Chris Ames, for his first start, he's so composed. Pocket breaks down early, and he has no issue stepping forward, stepping up, looking to run, decides, hey, I found a wide receiver in space right at the sticks, and gets the first down. What a play by that kid. And again, that feels like such a dagger in the Viper defense, as you just got a huge negative play, and it's all for naught as the Tigers pick up that first down.
Still outside the red zone, though. You're not done yet. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Ames dropping back, swings it out right side, complete on the edge of the 25, cuts it back inside the 20, and knocked out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Another 4-yard pickup. Clock continues to roll. Gavin Law involved on the stop. They give him 4 on the play, so 2nd down and 6 coming up here from the 17-yard line.
This Viper defense, known for stiffening its neck in the red zone. Haven't seen that tonight, but I'm expecting that classic Viper defense to make a stand here for this team, make a stop, and get the Viper offense maybe one more possession before the end of this half.
Trips to the near side. Ames dropping back. Pump fake. In trouble. Stucks up underneath it. Fires over to the right side. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow. And was that number 2, I believe?
That was Merrick Bloomgren, number 7, with I think his second catch of the night. And it's 1-0 Tigers.
And these wide receivers are so good at finding the space in zones and kind of just sitting down, find that little spot. And again, Chris Ames under pressure again, but he's so fast back there, good at maneuvering around the pocket. First-time starter steps up and delivers it, and he's able to.
Ooh, that one doinked off the upright. Did he get through?
And no good. Okay,
that's the first thing that's gone wrong for Dripping Springs tonight. Maybe that's the start.
20 to nothing as the PAT doinks off the upright there, but man, I'm so impressed by Chris Ames right now.
Yes.
Able to, in his first start, handle the pressure the Vipers defense are throwing at him. And not only is he's not choosing to kind of scramble like you see a first-time starter do and get uncomfortable. He's looking downfield and finding his wide receivers sitting in spots in the zone that they're able to find and find those open holes, and just picks his way down the field when he needs to. And man, I'm just so impressed with him as a player right now. He's playing out of his mind. And these wide receivers, we knew they were good. They're on display tonight. Viper defense definitely has their hands full, and now it's more important than ever for this Viper offense. So you got 2 minutes here. You're going to have that 2-minute, not warning, a little 2-minute timeout to stop it there.
We'll have us that hard, right?
So you can really kind of put that really nice drive together, and then you get the ball at a half. So Vipers not out of this one, but you need to see the offense put together a good drive here and put some sort of points on the board. Even a 3 would be good, because now with that mixed extra point, it gets you a little more manageable as well there. Where you can kind of, get to 20 with 2 field goals at some point, right? So let's kind of look for some sort of points out of this drive. That's the goal for the Vipers.
That's exactly right.
Right before the half, we need to see something like that.
2:29 left. And the kickoff. Into and out of the end zone. Some scores from Central Texas. Cedar Park, our opponent next week, trailing Harker Heights 31-21 at the half. Cedar Ridge leading Buda Johnson 14-7 second quarter. Bastrop, a new client this year, tied with Alvin 7-all. And Bowie leading Maynard 21-0 in the second quarter. Season, of course, got underway last night, in case you missed it. Stony Point defeating ECU in Georgetown 42-20. It was McNeil falling to Weiss, 56-28. That was close for a long time, and Weiss pulled away in the second half. Waco Midway all over Westwood, 56-19, and Vista Ridge knocking off our scrimmage opponent last week, Killeen, by a final score of 30-14. Round Rock getting hammered by Shoemaker, 56-28.
Wow.
So a lot of district teams having some problems last night. First and 10 at the 25. 2 receivers left, 1 on the near side. Teodecki dropping back, looking pass underneath, right side complete. Come to the 35, out to the 36-yard line. That's a nice play, 16-yard pickup, and a first down to Brock Chilton.
And there's Chilton. I think that's the key of kind of unlocking this offense right now. Get the Teodecki-Chilton connection rolling.
Yep.
Almost, I feel like every pass or every play to him right now has been something positive. You know, I feel like he's caught every ball thrown his way. So get that rolling and take some pressure off this offense and find some comfort in that relationship you already have with one of the best wide receivers in the state.
Swings out less. Oh, tried to run before he had it looked away. He had a first down.
That's a little caster's curse right there. I was praising Chilton for
Yeah.
All his good grabs tonight, being that rock drop. Just gets a little excited, turns upfield early, and just doesn't secure the ball all the way.
I mean, you could see him physically flinch because he was getting ready to head upfield.
Yeah.
Didn't look it in. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. 2 receivers wide left, 2 to the near side. 2:02. Final play here before the 2-minute timeout.
Take the Vipers.
Teodecki to the right side, complete and out of bounds at about the 45. Will depend on the spot. They get it to Thomas Beechler. They'll give him the 45, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, and we have reached the 2-minute timeout. So 2-minute timeout on the field. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Viper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finished selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 1 from the Viper 45-yard line. 1:57 to be precise to go in the first half. Down by 20. Been a long time since the Viper squad has been down by 20 points. Toss sweep left side. This is going to be Moore. Picking up the first down and Moore across the midfield stripe. Is this their first time across midfield?
I believe so.
Wow.
First trip for the Vipers to get past that Dripping Springs logo. Is there 2 minutes left and ticking? They know that. Is there bringing in the tempo offense here?
Clock rolling, 100 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 49. Teodecki dropping back. Now he's going to step up and dumps it off underneath, complete to the 40. Inside the 40, breaking free. Moore to the 35, pushing the pile forward down to the 31-yard line. Justin Moore, nice yak there, yards after catch. Little shot put there from Teodecki. The Vipers up quickly.
Like that clarification on the yak.
Dropping back. Teodecki swings it out. Left side complete to the 25. And that's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 on the play.
And that's number 15 on Ontario Jackson with his first catch of the season and his first catch of his varsity career.
Very cool. Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Best drive of the night. Got to get points out of it. 1 receiver left, trips here to the near side for Teodecki. Dropping back, looking. In trouble. And does a good job of getting it out of there.
Really nice job by Teodecki there, feeling the pressure of this pass rush by the Tigers D and is able to just get that ball away. Taking a sack there not only gets the clock rolling, but now you're behind the sticks even more. So really nice veteran play by Teo there to just get the ball out. And, man, this again, a lot of credit to this Tigers defense. This pass rush is kind of getting Teodecki a little uncomfortable back there as he's had to run more than we've seen almost all year, I feel like.
Right.
be able to take off a little more than he normally is.
3rd down and 3. 49 ticks on the clock. Clock really not much of a factor with 2 timeouts for Vandegrift. Not sure what the holdup is here. The official walking over to the sideline.
Looks like the play clock wasn't started.
Oh, that could be it.
So I don't know what
there
caused that holdup, but yeah, there we go. Play clock's rolling
and
out.
they put some time back on the game clock, too, so 51 seconds left. Teodecki. Handoff. Moore bouncing to the outside, and he should have the first down to the 21-yard line. Nothing fancy, but good patience there and good. And you talked about it earlier, Matt, that lateral movement, that able to skip over.
I mean, he's just so quick laterally, and you see, like, every run tonight he's trying to create space for himself. Sometimes it can get you in trouble where you're dancing a little too much, but right there is a perfect example of when it's good. Makes a nice cut.
Teodecki's going to step up and pump fake. Cuts it up to 15 to the 10. Inside the 10. Takes a shot at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Vipers hope he gets up. That was a pretty vicious hit as he was going down. Timeout Vandegrift with 30 seconds left. 1st and goal.
Always get a little stressful when your quarterback takes off like that into the defense, but Tio's no small guy. It's 6'4", 220 on the sheet. He can take a few hits and be all right. So got up from that one, popped right up, and yeah, I want to emphasize again on Moore's run there. Really nice cut, and then you see like he's not the biggest running back, sitting at 5'9", but he finishes that run with such aggression right there and fights, and he's the reason they got that first down. Makes the cut, and he fights through contact to get that first. Really nice run, and that's kind of what we saw a lot from him last year. A lot of really nice cuts, and then just being able to go cut straight forward and get those yards. And earlier, looked like the run game was just kind of struggling, either not finding space or just kind of moving too much laterally. Now he looks like he's kind of found his step back. Man, he's been running really good this drive.
1st and goal, Vipers from the Tiger 8. On a beautiful night. Got up to about 99, 100 degrees in Austin today, and then the storms came through and knocked it down to about 70 for about 5 minutes. And in the mid-70s, it got back up to into the 90s by game time. 1st and goal from the 8.
The 8-yard line, 30 seconds left in this clock.
And 1 timeout. Moore lined up to the right side of Teodecki. Dropping back, looking good protection. Stepping up. Now he's going to tuck it under to the 5 and down to the 4. They might have to call another timeout here. 2nd and goal. They'll burn the timeout. 22 seconds. Good coverage by the Tiger defense. There's just nowhere for Miles to throw the football. And he just tucked it up and picked up what he could here.
Yeah, this back end is doing a really good job. And you see this pressure mounting. But honestly, the Viper O-line, especially this drive, has done a really good job of protecting for about as long as they can. And Tio's doing a good job. He's checking everything, and they're really good coverage in the back end. So when you have good coverage in the back end, it speeds up that process again where can't find anything. Now the D lineman is getting to you. You've been past that kind of 5-second mark, about as long as any O-line can hold up. And then you've got to make a decision to force something or run, and the safest option most of the time is try and scramble, get a few yards. So Tio's opting for that a lot tonight. I swear we're already at his rushing high already in the first game compared to last season. I've never seen him take off this much.
I remember being surprised when he was wrong last year.
Yeah, it always is a surprise. It's like a once-a-game thing. We're like, oh, there goes Tio for a nice little 10 yards, and that was it. So he's using his legs a little bit more this drive, getting creative to keep this offense moving.
Of course, Teodecki, like several guys in this Viper football team, 2-sport athlete. Starter on the baseball team. Trips wide left, 2nd and goal. 1 receiver to the right side. More to the right. Now he goes in motion. Low snap, and Teodecki just has to fall on the football. The clock's going to keep rolling here. Vipers do not have a timeout. It's going to be 3rd down. They got to hustle back and get this play off. They've got 15 seconds left. Everybody's in position.
3rd down. Got to make a call here.
Teodecki dropping back. 3rd down, rolling to his left. Looking. Pump fake. Fires to the left side of the end zone, and it is caught. But it's a touchdown. Viper fans are cheering. I haven't seen an indication yet, have you?
I have not. Okay. Looks like, PAT team's out there. I'm just a bit cautious of everything tonight. Nothing's really gone the Vipers' way. With 1 second left, it is a touchdown. Did not even see who caught it.
I have no idea who caught it. It's a little dark
Yeah,
the
that,
glass
yeah,
is
then
a
the
little
back
tinted.
corner, yeah, I cannot.
But the Vipers, I hate that. The first touchdown of the year, we don't know who caught it, but the Vipers are on the board 20-6 with 1 tick left on the clock. And the kick is up, and it is good.
Good. Just what the Vipers needed there. You get that touchdown with 1 second left, barring any kickoff return magic or anything for the Tigers. Your halftime score should be 20-7. And then the Vipers get the ball at a half, which, again, you go score, puts this game right back in that 6 point. You're back in manageable, and we can all there's a little less panic on the sideline now after that first touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, okay, hey, we're still a good team.
It's a football game
We're
again.
back. We're good. Very manageable game now. That was a much-needed touchdown, and the Vipers get it in perfect timing after a fumbled snap.
Right.
The composure for Teodecki to get his offense back on the ball, get a play called, get everything going, roll out and find his man in the end zone. Really nice job by the senior quarterback there to kind of command his offense to a touchdown there.
Yeah. I reached out to our man in the field, Mr. Brian Spiels, down the sideline. Nothing fancy. I just asked who caught that. So we'll see if Brian can get us an answer here. We could not see. He just disappeared into a massive humanity. The only reason I knew something good had happened, Arnold Sagi, the tight end, holding that one in. How about that?
Wow.
Arnaud Sagi, number 18, a senior tight end, 6'2", 230-pounder, catches the first Viper points of the year.
I saw number 8. I saw something teen. I'm like, I just could not figure out who it was. And really nice job by Sagi. And that's a dream for a tight end. Most of the time you're blocking, you get there, and nice little touchdown.
Well, we'll see how this one turns out, but the Vipers come back and win this ball game. Point to that play, that drive right there.
First kickoff of the night. The Tigers had a very nice return. So
yeah, wouldn't be surprised with just 1 second left to see him just kind of pound this one on the ground and get out of here. No, he kicks it deep. And going to be fielded up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. One man to beat, cuts it up at the 40, and gets it out the 40-yard line. Flag comes in late. You know what I might be thinking, Matt? I mean, you know your dad better than I do. It's a non-district game. You mentioned the first kickoff was returned pretty well. Let's do it again, get something on tape so we've got stuff to work on.
Yeah, that was one of those things where, again, you want to kind of fix that mistake you had earlier. Like you said, obviously you want to win the first season opener, and that's a very important game. But, yeah, non-district, let's try and get everything that we've struggled with. Let's get everything settled and fixed. So definitely logic to that one. And the Vipers, again, really big return right there to the 50. Gave me a heart attack. As it would have been a nightmare return for the Vipers. Would have sucked a lot of wind out of the sails. You go to half right with a 1 second return like that. So momentum has kind of evened out a little bit. The Vipers get the ball at a half, and that's what you want to see there right at the end. Down 20-0, but now you're down 27. It's very manageable if you can put a nice drive together, similar to the one we just saw, and make it a 6-point game, one score.
I like the way you're thinking. 20-70 score here at the end of the first half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll see the Viper Band and the Vision Dance Team out in the field for their show in its entirety. And then we'll be back. We'll hear from Coach Sanders and all that kind of stuff. So we have reached halftime. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our way to Chicken E, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
Well, we talk about how good the Viper football team has been year in and year out. This Viper marching band has been every bit as good along with the Vision dance team. We're going to turn it over to a potential state champion right now.
Brand new day. The Leander Independent School District is proud to present the Vandegrift High School Legacies Dance Team. The 2025 Legacies officers are Junior Lieutenant Andy Blair, Junior Lieutenant Avery Childs, First Lieutenant Kirsten Copley, Lieutenant Colonel Casey Hussein, and Colonel Carry On. The 2025 social officers are Social Officer Ellie Hodges, Social Officer Josie German, Social Officer Elizabeth Ludlow, Social Officer Reagan Moore, Social Sergeant Bree Bauman, Social Sergeant Faith Palmer, and Social Captain Victoria Kennedy. The spirit of the Legacies is Kiki Grant, and the Legacy of the Week is Hannah Lee. Tonight, the Legacies will perform their prom routine to Run Away, Baby. Let's hear it for the Vandegrift High School Legacies Dance Team. The Legacies are under the direction of Holly Lyons and Alexa Olson. The Legacies are sponsored by Dance Institute, Storage Star, Bennett Technologies, Summer Moon Coffee, Austin Assets, and the McClellan Family Foundation. And now, taking their positions on the field, it's the Vandegrift High School Viper Marching Band and Vision Dance Company. The Viper Band and Vision Dance Company is the reigning 2024 UIL 6A State Marching Band Silver Medalist. For your halftime enjoyment, the Viper Band and Vision Dance Company will be performing the first two movements from their 2025 production entitled Gaia's Embrace, featuring music from Earth Song by Frank Tekeli and original music by Andrew Markworth. Leading the band are drum majors Saran Amsalu, Savannah Buckner, Jason Gonzalez, and Avery Teitelman. The percussion captain is Caleb Long. The Vision Dance Company captains are Jackie Mendoza and Lacey Philpott. Our outstanding band student of the week is Arjun Shokar. Our outstanding Vision student of the week is Aves Collins. Our freshman student of the week is Hazel Smith. And our section of the week is the French Horns. Defining the standard for marching bands everywhere, the Leander Independent School District is proud to present the Vandegrift High School Viper Marching Band and Vision Dance Company. Let's hear it for the Vandegrift Vype Marching Band and Vision Dance Company. The Viper Band is under the direction of Jarrett Lippman, Kyle Norris, Tristan Murray, and Trevor Deary. The Vision Dance Company is directed by Katie Hopkins and Holly Lyons. Additional band and Vision staff includes Ashley Ridenauer, Alex Gilbert, John Melito, Wes Booker, Trevor Stoyanovich, Greg Humphrey, Gabby Matthews, and Preston Winton. The Viper Band would like to thank River Place Dental and Matthew Lauren Roofing and Restoration for their support of the band program. We hope you enjoyed our performance. The Viper Band would like to offer the Dripping Springs Marching Band best wishes during the upcoming marching competition season.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact Certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
All right, Vandy fans, it's quiz time with Tiff's Treats. Question: how many wins did the Vipers rack up last season? 13? 14? 15? If you answered 15, congrats, you're a true Vandy Viper fanatic. And to celebrate our 6A Division II state champion Vipers and the greatness of the 2025 season, we're giving you 15% off your next order of Tiff's Treats warm cookies. Just use code VANDY15 at cookiedelivery.com. Warm cookies baked to order and delivered to the door. Tiff's Treats.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
Let the comeback begin. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Dripping Springs, Texas. Merle Bertrand along with Matt Sanders. No halftime interview with Coach Sanders. He was in a hurry to get to the locker room and figure out what's going on, Matt. It's been a while since the Vipers fell behind anybody 20-0. Fell behind 14-0 in what was it, the state semifinal game last year. That's not that surprising when you get to that level to fall behind somebody. To fall behind a team that's handled over the past 4 years, that's a little bit surprising. But this team got some work to do, and he said in the pregame show.
Yeah, and this is, again, first week of the season, new team, and there's just a lot of growing pains. We were talking about it earlier. It's, again, offense was just struggling. And on the offense side of the ball, it sometimes can take a little bit to kind of get that rhythm back. And you saw finally on that last drive, Tio kind of commanding the offense like he normally does and willing that offense into the end zone with 1 second left. That's that veteran leadership that you expect out of him. And to command a drive like that, he did a really good job bringing the Viper offense to the end zone in a much-needed time to get some points on the board. But before that, kind of the offense stalling out. And when you're going 3 and out or kind of getting off the field quick, you're tiring your defense out, who, again, not many big dudes back, a lot of first-time starters. And not a lot of depth right now, a lot of injuries as well. And you know, they are, you know, when you're constantly having to be on the field and you just got off after a long drive, they just score on you, and then 3 plays you have to go back out there. Yeah. It's just hard as a defender to go back out there and then perform again after just being off the field after a long drive. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of like complimentary favors both sides of the ball were doing for each other at this point. And then finally that points on the board kind of puts out the fire a little bit. We get into halftime, and Coach wants to get in there, obviously, and make some adjustments because there's a lot of little things that the Tiger offense is doing really good against this defense right now. They are, you know, that option game really is killing our pass rush because our defensive ends now have to kind of hold up and look for that option run. Now they're playing with the RPO on the pass and kind of freezing our ends, so there's less pressure on the quarterback. And now we're giving Ames a lot of time in the pocket to allow for them to find those holes in the zone and find his wide receivers. So, and Ames is playing insanely good first start, and you got to get after him and kind of kill his confidence if you know, it's a first start quarterback, and now you've kind of told him, hey, you're the man. He's already gone and done it. So as a defense, I want to see them in the staff kind of make some adjustments, kind of get after him a little bit, make him uncomfortable, and kind of welcome him, you know, ground him a little bit to, you know, welcome him back and show him what this Viper defense is about. But we get the ball first, and so the first thing that needs to happen is some sort of points on the board. 3 points and a field goal, but I'd really love a touchdown. And I want that Viper O to build on that last really good long drive they just did. And they looked like the run game was finally humming. Moore was getting some really nice runs. O-line was blocking really well. And then Tio was finally finding those wide receivers. Yeah, just a lot of kind of uncharacteristic stuff from the Vipers in the first half. But this is a team that's historically, you know, since back when I was playing back 10 years ago, whatever it was, a while ago now, really good second half team. You know, you plant your flag on the program of being a fourth quarter team and how we emphasize so much on that fourth quarter finish mindset. And I've been a part of a lot of really good overtime games, really a lot of good comebacks. So that spirit of the Vipers is always there in the culture. So, you know, second half, new game. I'm not concerned at all. That touchdown really put out the fire, I think, and you can make some adjustments and really get to where you need to be for this offense. Put some points on the board, and then now it's a 6-point game, 1 touchdown.
Then you're back in it.
You're back in, then you're right back in it, right back in the fight. So thought that's what we need to see. I love that last drive. I thought it was much needed.
I changed the complexion for the second half because now you got something to build off. And that you brought it up as you were talking there. When you have those 3 and outs, it does 3 bad things, kind of a triple whammy. Number 1, you don't get any points. That's the worst part of it. Number 2, it's a fatigue thing. Brian just came up here, so it's not too bad down there, but it's the first game of the season. It's still pretty warm. But number 3, this is a young defense. 3 starters back. They need time to get with their coaches. And if they're only on the sideline for 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes, by the time they get the water and sit down to be coached up, they got to go right back out in the field again. So you can't make those adjustments and those coaching things with them.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of – you have those guys making the first start. I've been there. It's just a little different in your first game. There's a lot more nerves. Everything that, like, you may have handled something perfectly in practice all week, and then you get to the game, and sometimes you just kind of blank out on stuff as a first-time starter. Like, oh, crap, I completely forgot about I'm supposed to cover this zone, or I'm supposed to have this call, and those little things happen. And I think that the halftime adjustments are much needed, and I think that'll really help out this defense. Kind of, hey, let's settle down. This is what we need to work on. These are our adjustments. These are the big things right now that we need to focus on stopping and to really settle in and get that stop. Had a first stop of the game on the first drive, and then had a really nice answer with that 4th and long, but just, man, they got that first down by 1 yard.
I know.
What a freak play to be able to escape that pressure and find his man right in front of the sticks. I was amazed by that. He's playing out of his mind. This kid is really good. I haven't seen, we were talking earlier, I haven't seen many quarterbacks, especially a junior quarterback at that, come out first start and just play with this composure like he was their starter and he's a senior and like all this stuff. So he is playing really good and giving the defense fits right now. But I'm confident in what the coaching staff can do and these kids to be able to make these adjustments, understand it, soak it in, and play better in the second half. It's a new game, boys.
That's right.
That old cliche I've heard a million times at halftime, being down in games like this. Hey, man, it's 0-0. So there's a lot of that right now. But it truly is a new game in the second half. So I want the Vipers to kind of flush the first half down, and hey, let's go play ball in the second half. Let's go score his first drive, and we're right back in it.
Give you a couple more scoring updates from the greater Austin area, Central Texas. Bastrop leading Elvin 21-7 out of Bastrop Memorial Stadium. About to be halftime. Bowie all over Manor, 42-0 at the half. Bowie didn't make the playoffs last year. That was a shock. Austin High getting into the playoffs. They beat Bowie and got that final that was
a late season drama too, because they kind of decided a lot of
the reward was getting to play us in the first round.
Yeah.
So. Bowie 42-0 over Manor. Liberty Hill trailing Cibolo Steel 24-3. That's a big matchup for Liberty Hill. A good 5A program, new head coach there. But Cibolo Steel, and they're taking care of business.
We played them last
year, right? Yeah.
And we called it the Monochrome Bowl?
Monochrome Bowl
3. It was 3 last year. They beat us my junior year, and they're consistently one of the best teams out in that area and down in San Antonio and down in that region, and they always consistently playoff team, always get a couple good wins in the playoffs, and always kind of contending, always one of those teams that, hey, we got to watch out what Steele's got this year. So, no surprise there.
A couple more emails coming. And we're back. We'll hopefully hold up here. I jinxed it by talking about how good the stream had been. Jade Polk, I don't know if we heard that or not, so thank you for showing the band and for recognizing their accomplishments as well. Jade Polk watching from Boston, Massachusetts.
Go ahead and get started.
There we go. We are back.
We're back on the air. But, I went to Japan. And, it was really cool to it was really cool to see that part of the world. So never been out in Asia.
Did you win or did you
cool.
lose in your sumo wrestling match?
Definitely lost. Yeah,
he
picked me up straight up, and then at the start, I think I surprised him a little bit. Had some nice strength, and he can't speak English, but with his translator, didn't say, "Hey, what sports did you play? Like, you look really strong." I was like, "Oh yeah, American wrestling," and he was like, "Oh," like he was really impressed, and then. Yeah, I think I shocked him a little bit, and then pretty shortly after, he decided to just lift me out by the little sumo belt diaper-looking thing and just place me out of the ring. So it was really fun to do that. So my sumo wrestling career ended swiftly, 0 to 0-1. So,
but what an experience! Something you'll probably never do again.
Yeah, it was good.
Unless Caleb gets out of line at home, right?
Yeah, maybe I can show him some of those moves.
And we are underway in the second half as the kickoff goes 5 yards deep into the end zone. Hopefully our internet will settle down here. Sorry about that. A lot of people here. They're all pinging the same cell phone towers we are. Down 20-7, third quarter just underway. Merle Bertrand, Matt Sanders. Skylar Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye on and ear on the broadcast. Cedar Park has fallen behind Harker Heights now, 45-21. So next week's opponent off to a rough start thus far tonight.
That's a surprise. Pretty good start for the Hawks.
So here we go, down by 13. A key drive here to start the second half. One receiver wide left, Teodecki in the shotgun. Dropping back, and pass complete over to Brock Chilton at the 40-yard line. It's going to be good for about a 15-yard pickup and a first down.
Really nice play by Teodecki there. Low snap again. Saw that low snap earlier and caused kind of that fumble that we saw in that initial drive.
Reception's good for about the first down.
Teodecki's able to grab it and find his main man, number 1, Brock Chilton, who picks up some nice yards after the catch.
Yeah, nice 15-yard pickup, so first down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Trips wide left. Teodecki Play action, pass over to the left side, got a receiver wide open out there to the 45-40, 35-30, foot race to the sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, and knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Wow. Look at the speed on that kid. That's Gavin
Kester. Wow. He was wide open, got behind the defense, and then let his legs do the rest.
Haven't seen him yet tonight, but there he is. Hello. Sophomore made an impact last year, and now in his junior season debut takes his first catch. Quite the way.
I have no idea what's clacking in our ear. I don't think it's going out of the broadcast, so maybe it's that. Yeah. We'll see here. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Gavin Kester, of course, with that kickoff return to get the Vipers on the board when they fell behind 14-7 in that state semifinal game last year. And a big catch here to set up the table. First and 10 at the 5, first and goal at the 5-yard line. Pistol formation. Hand off to Justin Moore, and he's going to be stacked up at about the 4-yard line, so no gain on the play. Going to bring up a second down and goal.
Moore was met with some force there by the linebacker from the Tigers. That was number 28, Dylan Brasher, the senior, and man, he brought the power of a senior there right in the hole. And now it's second and goal from the 6.
One receiver left, one on the near side. Second down, a goal from the 5. Teodecki. Hand off Moore, left side. This time he squirts and dives into the end zone. Did he get it in? Touchdown, Vipers.
What a cut
What
by
an
Moore.
answer.
And again, finishing with that violent run right there. That's why I love watching this kid run.
Yeah.
And you see that immediate little pressure in his face in the backfield, immediate jump cut, and then it looks like he literally teleports 3 yards to the left.
Right.
Gets his feet out from under him, and now he's already immediately full speed and plowing into the end zone. What a run by this kid.
That's a good description, teleporting. I like that. And Kester, who caught the big pass to set the table, is the holder here for Wiley Olson. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And you drew it up perfectly.
Good. There we go. I mean, almost no resistance. A really huge play. You get that explosive play, and that's what you're looking for. It's kind of what we saw from the Vipers last year. A lot of huge explosive plays where you just, man, we had just all these guys. You just get the ball in their hands, and they would just take it to the house. And Custer being one of them, and there he goes. And how fast is that kid? I mean, his speed looks different. He looks faster than last year, obviously. Oh, man, what a play. And then what a run by Moore there to just answer. And then, he would not be denied from that end zone. You saw him finish that run with violence. Love to see that. And nice shot by Olson, who made another clutch kick in the state championship game. Now the main kicker, I mean, he's been perfect on these PATs, right down the center and just sailing through the uprights. So that's exactly what the Vipers needed. 20-14 now. It's a 6-point game. Now let's see what the defense does to adjust to try and make a stop here against this Tigers. And if we get a stop here, Vipers might be back in business and looking like their old selves here. That's what I'm kind of looking for.
Yeah, it was great to see, but we expected that out of the Viper offense. Now we'll see what kind of adjustments the Viper defense can make and that they can execute a little bit better and get a stop. 10:31 to go, third quarter, down by 6, 20-14. Back in the ball game. 14 unanswered points. Scored right before the halftime buzzer on the Arnaud Saki catch.
Position start they've had today, besides the drive where they started inside that pin on the nice punt by Olson.
The Wiley Olson kickoff goes out of the end zone. First down and 10, Dripping Springs at the 25-yard line. Handoff, right side, and not much running room. Maybe a couple of yards there. I assume that's Jason Goda. He disappeared under a cloud of white jerseys.
It was Goda, and there's that sophomore making his presence felt, number 95, Gavin Law. Can't escape the law.
I like that.
That one where he comes in and is this disruptive as a sophomore. Pretty big kid for a sophomore, 6'2", 240. Wasn't that big when I was a sophomore, so making disruption. And there's a Tiger player down.
Yeah, we do have one down there. We'll get the camera off of him and let the training staff treat that young man. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Drinking like 2 Pedialytes before games, and he was still cramp on the sideline. So some guys just can't help it. We are battling a little internet issue here. If it does drop, we
keeping an eye on it. We'll stop the stream and start it back up again, and hopefully it'll settle down. Loss of a yard in the play after the
very opportunity to get off the field here.
Easy for you to say. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20 back at the 14-yard line. They've got to get it out to the 34. Flag down, dropping back, and they're going to blow it dead. It's going to be 3rd and 25.
Yeah, blowing that dead. Most likely a false start. Looks like what the refs are talking about here. I didn't see any other indications, but yep, looks like false start on the offense. They're going to back them up a little bit more here. So now it's about 3rd and forever. Just call it 3rd and forever. I don't know how many yards that is.
I like 3rd and forever. Should be 3rd and 25.
25, there we go. Better count the reports than I am. Maybe it's that UT education versus Mary Hart Baylor, but there we go. Now 3rd and forever for the defense. Now this is their opportunity to get off the field
and get some field position. Ames dropping back near the goal line. Pass over to the center of the field. Got a receiver wide open to the 45. Cuts back to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. It's a foot race. Tripped up, saving the touchdown. But a big play for Dripping Springs. Touchdown save by Brady Spielis. But man, you talk about flipping the field.
Just as the Viper defense is in the perfect position to get off the field, Tiger offense is reeling after 2 negative plays. Ames just delivers a dot to one of his wide receivers, finds him on the sideline, and wow, you could feel the air kind of sucking out of the Tigers sideline over here, and then immediately the energy is back as they're almost in the red zone here, right inside the 30.
1st down and 10 at the Viper 29. High snap again. That pass, that's tossed here to the near side, incomplete. It is a forward pass. They try to swing it out on the left side to Merrick Bloomgren, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. So a couple of bad snaps there. All of a sudden, getting a little rattled maybe up front.
No, I saw them kind of warming up. Just watching I watched the line a little bit more than some other people do. Watch them actually have a few high snaps. I was wondering if that would come into play or if that was just a one-time thing. But it looks like, again, first game of being his first start as a center most likely, and sometimes it is hard to kind of get those snaps down. And again, a little high has to jump for it. But
this time complete to the 25, stack up the 22-yard line. Going to set up a 3rd down and a long 2 from the 22. Little slot reception there. 8:43 to go, 3rd quarter. 2014 Vipers trailed by 6, but the Tigers trying to rebuild that lead.
3rd and 3.
Big play here.
Around this area of the field, Tigers haven't had any issue kind of picking up these 1st downs. Let's see what the Viper defense has.
And that'll push it back 5 yards again. That's one of the few things that they've done wrong tonight. They've had 3 of those procedure penalties, and it's really come at a bad time here.
I think that's the 4th one there.
I think you're right.
Oh, yeah. Because of the one earlier on this drive. I just rattled up front a little bit. They're moving the ball well. The O-line's pretty good, but again, sometimes you're just making that first start as an offensive lineman, just a little more amped up than normal. You haven't fully settled in. And that makes it from a 3rd and manageable to a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. But we've seen them just pick up a 3rd and forever. So let's see if the Vipers can kind of settle in and get a 4th down here and make the Tigers kind of think twice about going for it.
Probably in 4-down territory. 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8 here from the 27-yard line. 7:52 to go, clock rolling. Handoff up the middle, and not much running. Great penetration there from the backside. I think that is Luke Davis, the sophomore linebacker, another youngster.
Sophomore making an impact on this defense, and when you got to replace starters, sometimes you got to find young guys to fill in and make those spots. But when you have those sophomores kind of filling in, that eventually kind of leads to, hey, we've got more guys back because they're going to have more years playing for the Vipers. So really nice play by a young guy there. 2 sophomores, him and Law, making plays so far in this game. Now it's 4th down.
Yeah, this has been a problem.
In territory, and they haven't had too much of an issue converting these 4th downs yet, so decided to go for it.
Empty backside, aimed in trouble, pass over the middle of the field, caught again for the 1st down. To the 11, or to be 1st down and 10. I think that's a 4th or 5th 4th down conversion of the night.
I believe that's the 4th one, Merle, and
Cooper Reed.
Brought down by Joey Fennell. But these wide receivers are just giving the defensive backs Vandegrift fits right now. I mean, these guys are huge targets, can move really well for their size, and Ames is just on fire right now. He's not missing throws.
1st and 10 at the 11. Ames dropping back, swings to the left side, complete on the edge. Oh, incomplete, dropped it. So Merrick Bloomgren, a rare drop. I think that's their first drop of the night. Second down and 10 at the 11. Stops the clock with 6:40 to go.
First drop I can remember, as they've just been on fire. Between the quarterback and the wide receivers. And right there, Viper defense looked like they thought there was a fumble. You know, it might have been one of those things, but looked like he never really had possessions. They're going to call it incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. They can still technically pick up a first down right at the 1-yard line. Not in the 2nd and goal territory.
Trips to the near side. We haven't had a turnover on either side tonight. Be a great time for the first one. Ames, screen pass underneath, complete to the 10. Gets a block on the edge to the 5, and into the end zone, touchdown. They dump it off underneath to Jason Goda, and Dripping Springs responds 26-14 with the extra point coming up.
A nice answer to the Viper scores. The Tigers go, and man, what looked like a drive where the Viper defense was finally going to get that stop they needed to swing the momentum back. The third and forever conversion. Man, I mean, that was such a perfect play to just keep this drive alive. And then after that, you're humming as an offense. All the negative plays are gone, and they just march down the field and score one more time.
Extra point intentions up. And it's good. So 6:33 to go, third quarter, 27-14. And boy, when you think about it, you had them pinned down their side of the field. They get out, get them in 4th down a couple times. They keep converting. And the Tigers have opened up a 13-point lead. That's the bad news. The good news is there's plenty of time left in this football game.
Still plenty of time left, but it's just demoralizing as a defense.
Sure.
As a player and as a coach, where you're just like, man, we've got them in the 3rd and longs. We've got them in the 4th and longs. And they just keep picking it up every time.
Yeah.
And you go back to the first half where they converted that 4th and, 12, you know, and it's just like, statistically, those aren't converted much.
Right.
And this offense is finding a way to do it and keep themselves on the field. And the longer these drives are, hopefully that, Viper offense, the last 2 drives look more like themselves, can go back and answer, close that gap again, back to 6 points. And we saw a lot of good things out of the Viper defense last drive. Just, man, an unlikely play that just really brought the momentum back to the Tigers offense. So, I saw them way better against the run. We saw them have 2 negative plays against the run, really positive. But just, again, killed on the pass late and pass deep. So there's a lot of positives, but still need to find a way to get off the field on those crucial downs. That's what really is the mark of a good defense, and they need to figure that out tonight fast, or Tigers won't be stopped.
Kickoff coming. This one might be returnable, and it will be at the goal line. Up to the 5, to the 10. This is Chilton, 15, up the middle, the 20 to the 25, and back where it would have been if it had gone as a touchback. Buck Chilton, a nice 24-yard return. 1st and 10 Vipers, 6:26 to go, needing, again, to get on the board and keep pace here with this Tiger offense. Cedar Ridge over Buter Johnson, 21-10. That's a 3rd quarter score.
Viper offense trotting back out there. Hopefully replicate what they just did. A nice explosive play into a nice touchdown run. And see if they can keep mounting on this momentum they've been building for themselves since that first touchdown of the end of the 2nd half.
That man lined up on the inside of the right side is Arnaud Sagi, number 18. He's the gentleman that caught that touchdown right at the end of the first half to get the Vipers on the board. He's looking into Teodecki right now to double-check the play call. Now they're all set. Yeah, Teodecki dropping back, looking. Now the pocket breaks down, rolls to his right, pump fake, stays behind the line. Now he cuts it back up to the 30, drug down from behind at the 34-yard line. 8-yard pickup for the Viper quarterback, Miles Teodecki.
Really good coverage by this back end of the Tigers defense. No one was really open. They ran, some stops on the far side, some hitches, and then again, no one else here on the close-up boundary side. And Teodecki just decided to use his legs once again to pick up some yards and keep this offense on schedule.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 2. You can do a lot with that. Handoff to Justin Moore. Nope, Teodecki kept it himself. And I think he got the official coming into the line judge on the near side is saying he's going to be a little shy. So 3rd down and just under a yard.
Near side judge. Not through the yard short, far side. Looked like he was going to give us the first, but a little closer, decided to go with his spot. That's third and 1. 194 for the Tigers coming off the field.
Yeah, Jackson's up here.
A little banged up, but able to get off on his own power, so we just kind of got rolled up there and made a little stinger.
Right. Big third down here, third and inside of a yard.
Nothing major, and Tigers motioning into that tight bunch look.
They give it to Justin Moore. Has the first down and more. Needed a foot, picked up 4 yards. And the Vipers move the chains. First down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
This Viper run game is rolling so far since the last drive, and now into now. Moore's really found his step and really creating those moves we're so used to seeing from him, and making men miss. And the O-line's playing really nice this second half as well.
Number 40 checking in. That's Sam Brown, the senior running back, giving Moore a bit of a breather. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Brown goes to motion to the left side. Teodecki dumps it off underneath. And it's intercepted. Off the fingertips of Gavin Kessler up in the air, and it's going to be picked off. I believe it was Colton Tripp, a senior defensive back, caught that off the deflection.
Teodecki looks for Custer over the middle, and just passes just a little high. Custer just can't bring it in. It pops up, and right there it's just, man, ball popped up in the air. It's really easy.
Those are always bad news.
To come down with the football, and senior defensive back makes a heads-up play, catches that. A drive that was rolling pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just killed by kind of an unlucky interception. It wasn't one that was thrown into the defense, without any care. Just kind of got tipped up, and really unfortunate for the Viper offense.
Now the defense is going to be tested again to get the stop. 4:37 to go, down by 13. Can't fall behind by 3 scores again. And bounces to the left side, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Jason Goda has had a good night. That'll be an 11-yard pickup and another Tiger first down.
It looked like Vipers kind of answering and stopping that run game. Goda gets rolling again. Kind of squeaks past that first level and then finds his space in the second level. It's a nice big run.
Goda again. This time he runs into a wall. He's going to be stacked up for, good second effort, but they have blown him dead. Gain of a couple on the play. Ran right into a pile, and the Vipers stood him up. I believe it was Rohan Sturgeon, the first one there. Bastrop still leading Alvin 21-7, third quarter. 2 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side. Second down and 8. Swing pass, left side complete on the edge. Cutting it back up to the 35. Vipers looking for the strip. They can't get it. It's going to be down to the 29-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1 as Cooper Reed on the reception. Brought down by Brady Cernchik and Thomas Foote.
Now 3rd and short. Big 3rd down here, a chance for the Viper defense to force a 4th down. This Tiger offense most likely going to go for with their rate they're getting them tonight.
Ames, handoff left side, looking for Erningham. Going to be stacked up in the background. Love that. Stacked up in the backfield, thrown back for a loss. It was Brady Cernchik, got him around the waist and flung them back for a yard loss. 4th and 2 at the 30.
Parker Davis coming in late to kind of finish that tackle off as well. Really nice job by the senior linebacker and senior DB in tandem. Man, 4th down.
This has been their least favorite down of the night if you're a Viper defender.
If there's ever a time for a 4th down stop, this is it.
4th and 2 from the 30. Ames in the shotgun.
Vipers flinching a little bit, but staying disciplined, not jumping off sides, not making contact.
Tigers going to call a timeout. This is a big play in this ball game. 2:22 to go. The Tigers can convert this. They could potentially reopen up a 3-point lead or 3-score lead. If the Vipers can get the stop, they can get the ball back and not give up any points after the turnover.
Yeah, this is the opportunity for the defense to really make a huge stop here, bail the offense out of kind of an unfortunate turnover. And, the offense hasn't looked like they really could have been stopped until that play. So get the ball back in their hands. I'm pretty confident they're able to go down and get some sort of points on the board. hopefully another touchdown, and then again, right back within that 6 point. But this is such a huge fourth down. They get this first, and they're just, again, drive keeps rolling, and they're going to keep milking this clock away. And then this has become, now as it creeps closer to the fourth quarter, you have less and less time to make a comeback if, as the clock milks away. So this is a huge fourth down in terms of game time. This drive could take the rest of the third quarter away if the Tigers maintain possession, and also, lengthening that lead to 3 scores entering the fourth quarter is a way harder task than just getting a stop here down to touch two scores, and with your offense getting the ball and you've got about 2 minutes left to go drive the field for the fourth quarter stop. Much different scenarios and much different probabilities on who's going to win the game in that aspect.
4th and 2 from the 30. This power formation, they've run this to perfection tonight. And handoff left side, they're going to pick up the first down again. Inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, it was Lawson Attaway taking the handoff from Mateo Perez.
Wow.
Almost has a look of that Liberty Hill slot T to it a little bit.
They get in that full house look back there, and quarterback turns into a bit of a dealer where he just kind of fake handing off to a few people, and you don't know who's getting the ball. So there's so many people who are.
They're going to stay in the same formation. And this time, Hugo de la Barra Vasquez said, I've had enough of that stuff.
Hugo's not full.
Nope,
really
knocks
nice
down Attaway for a no gain.
Now it is 2nd and 10.
You can give up a field goal here and still have a 2-possession game. 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line, just inside the red zone. 2 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side. Back to Ames. Fires over here to the near side, incomplete. One hopped it there, tried to squeeze it into James Montgomery. And it's a 3rd and 10 coming up from the 19-yard line.
Another big third down. 3rd and long. Vipers again get this Tiger offense kind of right where they want them. You want to be in this situation as a defense. You want to be in this 3rd and long, and they're most likely going to go for it, so hopefully it's another 4th and long. They just got to find a way to get off the field. Make some sort of negative play or some sort of turnover is what we're looking for here.
Big play here, 3rd and 10 from the 19. Dropping back is Ames. Rolling to his right. Pocket breaks down, fires to the right side, cuts back to the 15, to the 10, inside the 10 for the first down. Vipers had it defended, but the receiver just made a good run after the catch. Got by 2 Viper defenders, and the drive continues.
That was number 2. Cooper Reed once again.
No, actually it's number 7 out there. That's Merrick Bloomgren.
Jersey rolled up looks very similar, and they're very similar builds.
Yep.
They look like they had
yeah, they're both about 8 feet tall.
And man, for how tall this kid is, he's so fluid. Makes a really nice spin move there. Gets away from the defender, and he picks it that first. And another back-breaking first down as the Tiger offense lines up here right inside the 10-yard line.
Play clock ticking down to 7. 1st and goal from the 9. And I think we had some movement. Yeah, Vipers pointed it out, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 14. Stops the clock with 43 ticks left in this 3rd quarter.
And I believe that's the 6th false start for the Tigers. Well, and again, we talked about it. It's probably the only negative thing I've seen out of this team tonight. And definitely frustrating to see that. But as a coach for the Tigers right now, you are probably pretty ecstatic about how this offense is playing.
Oh, yeah.
Despite that, I believe that.
Which means Coach Galen Zimmerman, that's all he's going to work on next week. He's going to keep these guys humble if this score holds up. Done a great job here at Dripping Springs in his 10th year. Dropping back, handoff right side. Cutting it back up to the 10, back near the original line of scrimmage, and then some down to the 6-yard line. Jason Goda. It's going to bring up a 2nd goal from the 7. The clock will probably run out. If you're Dripping Springs, you can start working the clock a little bit.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where you're in no rush here. There's a Viper.
Ooh, we got a Viper down.
Working on the leg there, hopefully cramp.
That's what I'm hoping, yeah.
Yeah, they're stretching the leg, probably a cramp there, which is, again, expected in the first game. You're not fully in football shape.
It is
number 39.
39. That's Luke Davis. I remember here 2 years ago, there were injury timeouts, especially in the second half. It was a hot night.
Yeah.
It was shocking how many injury timeouts we had, and it was 90% of them were just that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Vipers, which is the end zone right behind them, right on their tail, and the Tigers marching at them. It's going to be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 to go from the goal, or to the goal. And so far, Tigers offense has just been an elite unit tonight.
The teams are coming off, or the Tigers are coming off the field. I think they think the third quarter is over.
I guess
they're going to wind the clock.
They're going to wind the clock,
down.
and yep. So
we are going to reach the end of the third quarter. 36 minutes in the books in this one. 12 minutes left tonight. Vipers trail 27-14. We'll take a break and see if the Vipers can complete the comeback. Got some work to do. Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Family time, anytime. Always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat. Unbelievable, sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best. Not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
All right, fourth quarter getting ready to get underway here. It is 2nd down and goal from about the 7-yard line. Merle Bertrand along with Matt Sanders. Tigers now going from left to right. And handoff. Actually, the quarterback kept it himself and going to get down to about the 5 or the 4-yard line. Did they bring in number 10 again at quarterback?
Looks like it was Ames who took it. So about 3rd down and goal, 4 yards from the end zone. And this is the most important drive for this Viper defense tonight to, for some reason, just make some sort of stop. Even a field goal would be great here because it keeps it within 2 scores. Like you said, Merle, you can go 8-8 and get 16 to match 30.
And off right side and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this ground game for the Tigers just can't be stopped tonight.
Yeah.
Like, this offense is just a machine. Getting on the ground, getting in the air. This quarterback's playing out of his mind. And this O-line is just paving holes. Great. What does Hank always say? Or paving roadway or paving dirt, I mean, this O-line is putting on a clinic right now. Just really creating really easy running lanes for this running back. And, man, with that score, it's 34-14. The Vipers are now down 3 touchdowns.
All that work to come back and get to a 1-score game. Now they've got to do it again in the final 11-17. Lost an Attaway with that touchdown, by the way.
And this is one of those games that, man, the Vipers just haven't had a lot to go right. It's just all the things that you can't happen to win a game have happened tonight. We're not getting off the field on 3rd and 4th downs, especially long ones. Not getting off the field. One turnover. The only turnover of the game, unfortunately, was the Vipers turning the ball over on a very crucial offensive possession, and just not having a lot of offensive possession early, starting slow. They picked it up a lot, but this offense really needs to fire on all cylinders now. We've got to score in under probably 2 minutes to keep this pace of play with just the 4th quarter left. With the 2-minute timeout, it definitely changes the pacing of this last quarter just a little bit, so there is like a little kind of extra end of the game there with that extra stop that can provide some life. But, I mean, this offense has got to start moving tempo fast this drive and put up some. They got to get a touchdown. There's no other option.
Yeah,
but
no more
score.
threes at this point.
they've got to score, and they've got to score fast if they want any chance to come back in this one.
11-17 left, down by 20. They fell behind 20-0, closed within 20-14, and had the football, if I recall. I don't know about that last point for sure, but they got within a touchdown. I know that. But the Tigers, to their credit, have answered and rebuilt that 20-point lead here with 11-17 to go. Now it's going to be a short, high kick over here to the near sideline. That's a live football. Got to get on it. Scramble, and the Tigers say they've got it.
Wow.
And looks like one of the Vipers might be shaken up. The players are calling for somebody to come over.
That's one of those things. Yeah, it is a Viper. Down as a training staff, comes and checks him out. Not sure who it is yet. Hope he's okay. But again, special teams mistakes. That's one of the other things that you cannot.
How many times has the shoe been on the other foot where we're the ones doing something like that?
And again, it looked like our special teams unit was just kind of frozen. Like they weren't 100% clear that was a live football there. And that is number.
Is that Kester, number 13?
13.
Boy,
Kester, that is a.
Can't afford to lose him.
A big injury right there. Hope he's all right. Not putting weight on that right foot. On the bottom of that pile too. Hope he's okay. He had already a huge play tonight to lose a weapon like that. Obviously have some good wide receivers, but he's one of the best. And you saw him at his feet right there. So hope he's okay and able to come back for next week's game.
So going from bad to worse here with 11-14 to go.
So in kind of a nightmare scenario they don't even go for regular kickoff, and what the Vipers were not expecting at all. They do a little pooch kick in a little space that's open on the kickoff return. Vipers are not ready at all. They don't look prepared at all. And it looks like they're re-kicking.
Oh, it looks like we are. They are.
So I guess there was some sort of illegal
I never saw a flag.
motion. I didn't see any flag, but we're re-kicking here. So I'm sure the Vipers
they backed it up 5 yards. So
very happy about that. Wow, that is a
shred of a silver lining. Still, of course, very worried about number 13 being on the sideline, but at least he got a chance to get the football back here. And element of surprise gone. They kick it deep. It'll be fielded back inside the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the near side of the 20. And scampering out of bounds at the 22-yard line is Brock Chilton. With a big mountain in front of him. 11:08 to go, down by 20. Vandegrift football.
And this is that drive. You got to go fast tempo. Nightmare kickoff. Had to re-kick, which is the Vipers are very relieved of that, but still a 20-point deficit they have to come back from here. And this is no easy task in the fourth quarter. Obviously, seen comebacks like this happen before, but highly unlikely. The Vipers need a lot of things to go right, and it hasn't tonight. So the Vipers really need to flip some things on its head to make this one happen. See what the offense has got.
Two receivers wide right, one to the near side. Play clock down to 7. Teodecki in the shotgun. 2, gets it off, dropping back, looking. Pass over here to the near side, complete, and out to the 34-yard line, knocked out to the 35. Good for about a 12-yard pickup and a first down. They swing it out to Brock Chilton. Parker Heights has defeated next week's opponent, Cedar Park, by the way, 52-35.
Wow.
So
could be both teams looking at the win column, and that heated rivalry match that goes back since the school's opened.
Dropping back, looking left, and dumps it off underneath, complete. Then a sliding catch made at the 38. Nice job there by Alsta, Justin Moore out of the backfield to bail out his quarterback and pick up a few yards on the play.
So far, gets right back to the line of scrimmage, so not exactly what you want, but not a negative play. And the Viper offense definitely moving with some tempo here. As you can see, we're getting set pretty fast and getting it moving.
Two receivers wide right, one to the near side. Teodecki dropping back, looking, pass over to the center of the field, deflected and almost intercepted. Threw it behind his intended target. Colton Tripp almost got his hands on another one.
Contact early there. I was kind of expecting a flag as kind of Brock was tackled to the turf there a little early, but no flag, and now it's 3rd and 10. Man, this is make or break for the Vipers. Need this first down.
You're almost in 4-down territory, even though you're on your side of the field here, down by 20 points.
Yeah, I 100% think you are in 4-down territory here at this point. You can't go down without a fight here, so huge 3rd down. Hopefully you can avoid the 4th down, but there's going to be
a
flag,
3rd and 15
most likely
coming
a procedure, penalty.
And you know, the Vipers, for all the troubles they've had down by 20 points here, very few penalties. That's one thing they've done well tonight.
Yeah, I think that's only their second
one, I think.
Second one tonight, so keeping it clean on that, which is one of the positive things from this game so far, which is nice. That, you know, that's one of the not one of the things that's already kind of hindering your success tonight.
But now 3rd and 15, back at the 30-yard line. Two receivers wide right, two to the near side.
3rd and 15. Hard snap count, trying to get that 5 back. Tigers aren't fooled.
Moore lined up to the right side of Teodecki. Dropping back, looking. Now he's stepping up. He's going to tuck it under and run for it through the 35 and takes a shot, but gets out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Good positive yardage there. Makes it a manageable 4th down and about 8. We'll see how Coach plays this here with clock stop at 10:10 to go.
It's 4th down. This offense has been on a heater all game. You got to go for this one. It's 4th and 7. Go down with a fight.
Yeah.
You got something up here to little special play to get this first and keep this drive moving. And you know, I just don't. I think if you don't get some points here, it's comebacks looking very unlikely.
So 4th down and 7 yards to go. Let's call it. Trips to the right side in a triangle. Teodecki dropping back, looking right, find to the right side, got a receiver, incomplete. Threw it behind him and low, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Tigers drop pressure. Teodecki's kind of moved off his spot where he's throwing and just underthrows it right there. And that is a really nice stop by the Tigers defense, and that's brutal for the Vipers, as that was kind of their, feels like their last chance to kind of close that 20-point deficit. I think the only thing that could kind of reignite this flame of a comeback is some sort of turnover on defense. That's what you're looking for. You need a big play. But the Tigers, who have had no issue running the ball tonight, are just going to look to kind of grind this one out.
Yeah. 10:06 left. One receiver left, two to the near side. Jason Goda lined up to the left side. Receiver coming in motion right to left. That's Bloomgren. And they're going to swing it out to the backfield to Goda, and he's going to make the first man miss and get tackled at about the 35 or 34-yard line, turned into a 5-yard pickup.
Tigers still throwing the rock at this point in the game. It's really surprising.
That is kind of surprising.
This might be one of those scenarios where, you know, felt the sting of losing to the Vipers last couple of years and wanted to just make it worse and put on some more points on the board, so they maybe have no interest in milking the clock and feel like the lead's protected enough and they just want to try and score more.
They say he stepped out of bounds at the 35, so a 7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7. The clock is stopped here with 9:35 to go. Drop it back. They swing it to the right side this time, complete to the 40, to the 35. And knocked down at about the 33-yard line. Just a couple of yards on the play. Did he stay in bounds? He did. The clock continues to move.
Clock's rolling now. Now it's 3rd and about 5 here.
Yeah.
Which again is, seems like this Tiger offense has no interest in kicking, punting, or a field goal at all. So obviously it's 4 down for them. So 4 down after this one. If the Vipers are able to get a nice defensive play here.
Two receivers left, one to the near side. Goda lined up to the left side. They're going to give him the handoff right side. Going to break it inside the 30 and stacked up there. So 4th down and about 1.
And I have a sneaking suspicion we're about to see this really heavy package.
I think you're probably
full
right.
house back there where they're willing
Yep, here
to
he comes. Mateo Perez trotting into the ball game.
Yeah, bringing that running quarterback. He's, I believe he's looks a little bigger than. I don't have the size on this thing, but he looks a little bigger than.
He does.
Than Ames, so definitely more fitted physically for these short yardage situations. And they don't actually bring out the heavy set, but they do bring out the running quarterback.
So Reed handoff right, so he takes it up the middle, and the Vipers actually swarm to the football. It's going to depend on the spot. Hey, boy, it's going to be very close. They're going to no indication yet. Vipers are coming off the field like they think they stopped them. Dripping Springs saying otherwise.
And that's that Viper
We're
defense.
going to have a measurement here?
Yeah, that's that Viper defense way. They celebrate like you got the stop, act like it's over. Definitely will plays a little psychology on the refs, like, oh, I guess they got it, maybe,
right.
So we'll see where it depends on the spot. This one's really close. I think it could go either way at this point. Just really depends on where this referee decides to put the ball. We'll see what they decide to go here.
No word yet from the officials. Here come the change. It takes a while. This doesn't happen very often anymore. I still remember that.
Measuring it. Wow. They are bringing, I don't know if I can get this on camera here. They're bringing the chains out to measure. I haven't seen this in a while.
I remember doing a Taft State semifinal game a couple years ago. We talked about how rare the chains were. They bring the chains out, they go to measure them, and they bump the football. We really can't see with all the Tigers players here, but we'll know from the reaction.
And they're saying no.
No, they didn't get it. Viper defense.
Stop.
Good for them.
Good stop by the Viper D.
Yeah.
That is a much needed just for confidence
just for
in the
morale
defensive
and confidence,
right.
right.
Just to say, hey, we're still a good defensive unit. We can make a stop on 4th down. Defense getting a little lively. Good to see they're not out of this game mentally. It looks like they were still getting excited for that stop. And, maybe this is just me and my Viper heart here, but 8 minutes left, down 3 scores. Maybe some Viper magic in the air. I need
still time.
I need a really quick touchdown here. I'm talking, I don't know why we're still got the sticks out here.
There is still time.
So 8 minutes left, still 3 timeouts. Now there is that 2-minute timeout. So let's see if the Viper offense can put some sort of miracle drive on. We need some sort of big play. We got to reach into the bag and pull out something.
Yeah.
And try and get a touchdown on the board and get a touchdown pretty quickly. And let's say we score with 7 minutes left in the game. Becomes more a reality that it could be within reach without the defense just play that last drive.
Stranger things have happened. They're going to swing it out the right side and juggle and drop. Too much of that tonight. A couple of receivers that drop some things. They try to swing that one out to Justin Moore, and it falls incomplete.
I believe that was number 15, Ontario Jackman. Getting him involved. Obviously, Custer's hurt, so I have to get new guys involved on the offense. He'll just lead him just a little bit too much on that swing pass, and he kind of makes contact with the blockers, and the ball pops out.
Jackman goes in motion behind the formation. Teodecki drop it back, pass over here to the near side, and caught. Did he get the foot in bounds?
Really
He did. Nice play by Brock Chilton.
Signal has a catch right on the out of bounds as well, so the clock's going to stop for a second.
Got to go quick here. Clock is important. 3rd down and about 2 coming up.
So clock is moving. 3rd down and about. Scoreboard says 2. Looks like
about 2, yeah. And the Wildcat at this time, and he's going to get it up to about the 37-yard line. Going to be very near the 1st down.
Get the first, it's like. Yep, they're motioning the sticks to move. But again, got to be a little higher tempo than this.
Yeah, it's a little slow.
It's a little slower tempo than we've been seeing. I don't know if they're looking at here.
That's Wildcat there, too.
Now they didn't say they got the first. Now they're saying 4th down. So they changed.
I'm going to change their mind. It's a 4th and a yard.
And this is now currently the most important 4th down of the game. Vipers need this to keep any hope of any comeback.
Foul formation here for Vandegrift. 4th down and a yard. Teodecki back in a quarterback. Play clock down to 5. 3, 2, 1. They just do get it off. Handoff. And breaking free. Good for the first down to the 40-yard line for Justin Moore.
Get the first down, but they haven't gone a lot of yards, and there's a lot of time leaking off this clock right now. This drive's already been a minute and a half long, and you need this drive to be 2 minutes or less. So you got to score in the next 30 seconds to make this comeback possible.
The clock is still moving inside of 6.5. Down by 20. One receiver wide right, 2 to the near side. Teodecki in the shotgun. Dropping back, looking. Going for it all up here to the near sideline. That ball is incomplete. Overthrew his intended target, Brock Chilton. Good coverage by Liam Lawson, the senior defensive back. He's with him stride for stride. Silver lining, the clock stopped.
Yeah, that's the good thing about that incomplete pass. So 6 minutes left and 16 seconds. Vipers, again, I mean, that play right there indicating that, hey, they kind of realized we need to score fast, looking for that deep ball there to Chilton. And that's your man to look for on the deep ball. He's got probably one of the fast players in the state.
Pass over here to the near side, fade pattern, and incomplete.
Just
again, trying to get it down the field. This time to
number
Tyler Salo.
Tyler Salo.
Yeah, junior.
Making his first debut as well. I think that was his first start of his career on varsity. And just timing's a little bit off on that throw. 3rd and long again. And this is kind of the point where the Viper offense is at. They've got to look to take deep shots because they need to score right now.
Right.
You can't take any more time on this drive or this comeback is just not happening.
The receiver's right, 2 to the near side. Dropping back, looking. Pass over the middle of the field and deflected, batted away at the last second. Tried to get it to Chilton. Chilton had a step, but it was as Miles Kennedy, the senior linebacker, lunged in there and batted away. And this is your ball game for Vandegrift.
Really good play by the senior. And yeah, 4th and 10. Vipers need this one to have hope of a comeback. I mean, this puts you down 2 scores, which is still an unlikely comeback, but pressure is here to get this first down.
Trips wide right. Teodecki dropping back, looking right. Over the middle of the field, that ball is caught to the 46-yard line. We still have life.
And caught and first down, and that's Chilton.
Brock Chilton again.
Teo finding his main man once again. Really nice grab.
Stop the clock while they move the chains. Inside of 6 minutes to go.
Again, this tempo's got to be up. O-line's already set on the ball, getting the play in. Everyone's splitting out their positions.
Trips here now to the near side. Dropping back, Teodecki dumps it off underneath, a little hook and ladder. And Tigers had it played well. They got it to Chilton, who tossed it back to Justin Moore, but too much traffic there.
Yeah. Had a good block, but just a little hesitation. Couldn't figure out if he's going inside or outside, and the defender finally kind of fights off and makes a really nice play there.
Cibolo Steel dispatching Liberty Hill tonight, 45-10. Dropping back, Teodecki again. Dumps it off underneath to Chilton out of the backfield. And he's going to step out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. He had a maroon jersey closing fast, so he saves the clock. 3rd down and 6 with 5:01 to go. The ball at the 42-yard line.
So far, this drive is just timing-wise not what you want from the Vipers. This has been a 3-minute-long drive, and they're still not within the red zone. Again, you're looking for those big plays still as an offensive coordinator. I'm sure they're trying to dial up something deep that'll hit fast, but nothing's been there right now. This Tiger defense has done a really good job covering the receivers for the Vipers. Not a lot of opportunity in the back end.
3rd down and 6. Dropping back, Teodecki. Going to step up, dumps it off underneath, complete to the 35 and down to the 32-yard line. The Vipers will move the chains and keep hope alive.
5, Thomas Beekler, a.k.a. the Beak. Get a nice little pitch and catch. Looks like some backyard football there by Teo. Looks a little Mahomey as he steps up and does a little pitch. And keeps the chains moving, and they're moving fast here. Right under 5 minutes now.
At the 30-yard line. Rolling to his right, looking, fires over to the right side. Nice footwork on the sideline to haul it in at the 18-yard line. That is good for another Viper first down. That's Chilton again.
Or that's number 5.
Oh, it's number 5 again. You're right. I'm sorry. Thomas Beekler.
Really nice catch by him as he's kind of, again, another great option here for this offense.
So 1st and 10 from the 18. Vipers in the red zone.
Clock currently stopped because Beekler was able to catch it right on the sideline and go out of bounds. So again, gotta look for a score fast. And this drive is now taken over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Which means that you need 2 more drives after you score on this one to come back here.
And what do we got here? Timeout in the field?
And a timeout for the Vipers.
Timeout for the Vipers. Boy, you hate to burn that here.
Hate to burn a timeout. You're going to need every single one of these to, especially with the clock kind of dwindling, you need every single one of these to make any sort of comeback possible. You need every single clock stopping opportunity you can have. But at this point, a comeback needs to look like this. They need to score in the next probably 15 to 20 seconds of clock time. Need to get a nice 3-and-out stop. Obviously, the Tigers are going to be running the ball, so we need to be keyed on the run, get a stop, use our timeouts on that drive, or possibly you want to save it for the last drive. I mean, the burn right there really makes it hard where I don't know if you use your timeouts defensively now because you call 2 and they're still going to be able to milk 2.
Right.
You know, more after that, so you might just save the timeouts for offensive stops. So you can get them to possibly get a stop right at that 2-minute warning or 2-minute timeout, and then have another score there, and then onside kick. That's kind of where it's at right now. You really only have time for 1 defensive stop. If this offense gets the ball twice, there's just not going to be enough time for the comeback. So you're going to need an onside kick somewhere in there. Whether they decide to do it sooner rather than later, not sure. I don't know what'll keep the Tigers on their toes, but onside kick's got to happen for this comeback at this point with the time strains.
First things first, you got to get it into the end zone here.
First step, touchdown.
That's right.
Then you can worry about the rest of the convoluted plan that is to come if this comeback is to happen.
So 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line, 4:47 to go. Double back set. Now they roll out of it. And Teodecki jumps it and got rid of it. Pressure coming in from the backside. Once again, it was that senior Miles Kennedy. And he got to Teodecki and knocked him down. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Nice job by Teodecki just getting rid of the football there.
A nice job. Not rattled by the pressure too much. Able to get that away. And yeah, a sack right there would have been really detrimental because the clock moves and you're backed up. So really heads up play to find his running back there and kind of just dump it into the dirt.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Teodecki's taking some shots tonight. He's been hit a few times. Dropping back, looking fast over to the right side, and incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, it just looks like maybe miscommunication on the route there between the quarterback and between Tio and I believe that was Beekler on the route, number 5. He's running a little inside move. Looks like Tio was expecting to make maybe an out-breaking right there at the corner, and throws it in with anticipation, and he's just not where he's expecting him, so kind of just. But again, positive on that one. Goes a really quick play immediately into the dirt. So the clock is stopped.
3rd and 10 from the 18. Two receivers here near side. Dropping back and 2-man in motion at the same time.
Going to be
We're in Texas, not Canada. You can't do that.
An illegal shift here.
So tough job getting a little harder now. 3rd and 18. It'll go back to the 23-yard line. I have Lady Viper volleyball on Tuesday night. Lady Vipers taking on Round Rock. They're taking part in the Leander ISD tournament this weekend. Lady Vipers going all the way to the state semifinals themselves last year. And then we'll be back with you next Thursday night for freshman football. And then the varsity back in action, the home opener against Cedar Park. That's Teodecki dropping back, pass to the left side. Oh, in and off the hands. Brock Chilton led him just a little bit much. And Liam Lawson there to make sure it's 4th down coming up.
Just couldn't quite find it in his frame. Little lead there on the pass, and Chilton's actually hobbling off to the sideline. Hope he's okay. got up kind of gingerly after that one. Another wide receiver, really not good for the Vipers right now.
Yeah.
Missing kind of your two top
Comes down
targets.
to this. And Tigers going to take a timeout. They know this is a big play. The Vipers can convert. There's still life. If the Tigers make the stop, they can pretty much run this thing out.
So 4th and 15. Obviously, you can get a first down, but the Vipers are still kind of hunting for that end zone with this shot here. So we'll see if they have something drawn up. Again, I hope Chilton's all right. Be able to walk off on his own power. Hopefully it's just a cramp or something, but missing him on this play is huge. As the, kind of the leading wide receiver of this team, and Tiedecke's kind of main man he looks for. So we need a big play from one of our other pass catchers. Already seen Beekler kind of step up, make some good grabs, so maybe he can make a good catch and see who it'll be if the Vipers are going to have a chance to come back here. Need to make a play right here, at least a first down, ideally a touchdown.
Be 4th and 15 when we come back. So this is your ball game if you're the Vipers. 4th down and 15 from the 23-yard line. One receiver right, two to the near side. Receiver coming in motion, dropping back Tiedecke. Looking, stepping up. Fires going towards the center of the end zone. That ball's batted away, incomplete. Tried to get it into Chase Phillips, I believe that was a senior wide receiver.
Yeah, at that point you're looking for the end zone. I mean, that's kind of the shot you're looking for, and at that point it's, hey, throw it up. This is our last chance to mount a comeback. And with that, doors kind of close on the Vipers, make a comeback here on this one. Tigers have just played a complete game. Really good on defense. This secondary has been giving fits to the Viper offense. Like, Tiedecke has scrambled more than I've seen all last year tonight, just whether it be just kind of being pressured or just not finding anyone open, having to get yards by himself. And the defense, although they just had a great stop, has struggled tonight just stopping the run and stopping both of these elite wide receivers and this quarterback who I'm going to say is elite already after watching this first game. I think the Tigers have found a real one here, and I know he's going to have a great career.
The 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, Miles Tiedecke was pretty much an unknown at this time last year, and look what happened with him. So if you're a Tigers fan, boy, you got a good one. And Chase Ames.
Chase Ames has, he's played lights out. I missed maybe one throw tonight. He's continued, just commanding the offense. He's creating plays, which is kind of what you want to see at a quarterback at this level, where if a play breaks down, he's able to complete a pass down the field. He's able to evade pressure. He looks really good. He looks fast in the pocket. He's able to move around, and his throws have just been deadly accurate. He's missed maybe one throw tonight. This is exactly what we want to see out of a quarterback, especially a junior who you're going to, have him start now for this season and next. He's going to be dangerous for the rest of his career. So, hats off to this kid. He's played an incredible game tonight, and really showing that this Tiger offense is going to be a force this season in 6A.
Jason Goda, speaking of guys that have had a monster night, get that first down, he picks it up. He's got to be over 100 yards by now.
Oh, yeah. He has run his tail off, and I think this O-line's also hasn't got enough credit tonight. I glazed him a little bit and just said they were doing really good. And, just paving road, like Hank always says, he's not here. He loves the hog molly play, but almost as much as I think he likes it more than me, honestly. He loves the O-lineman.
Push it out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Time for one more play, and we'll be down to the 2-minute timeout here.
But this O-line unit, they've got a lot of big bodies, and they have just created so much space for this running back. And this running back, he has not, I think I've seen maybe 2 runs where he's gone down to the first contact. He's always continuing to fight through tackles. Our D-line has been getting hands on him and getting arms and kind of pulling out his jersey, but he is able to just kind of shrug off and get to that second level almost every time. So hats off to this run game. This offense has just been humming. this Tigers team, I think, is a serious force after watching this game.
2nd down and 7. Handoff right side, cutting it back up. And pushing out across the 40, the 41-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down. And the clock is going to tick down to the 2-minute timeout. So we're going to take one more quick break and be back to wrap this one up. 2 minutes left in this one. All Dripping Springs, Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
2 minutes left in this one. All Tigers. They lead at 34-14. 3rd down and 2 coming up. Looking to pick up a 1st down here so they can just take a knee, hand off. Nope, it's going to be the running quarterback in Mateo to the 40, the 45, and a big hit there at the 40-yard line. Fumble ball came out. Did the Vipers get it? Nope, it got out of bounds.
Wow.
Boy, you had 2 guys there. You had Brady Spielis and Aiden Mitchell trying to get to that ball before it got out of bounds. But Perez picks up the 1st down. Now, one interesting thing this year, a rule change, balls fumble forward like that, it goes back to the point of the fumble. So you can't fumble it forward a little bit.
I don't think you should be gaining yards after a fumble. So
right.
I like that rule change a lot. Yeah, that was, maybe a little bit too late there. The Vipers trying to come back. It would have been nice to get on that fumble there.
Mateo's going to throw it. Pass over here to the near side, complete and breaking free. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Mateo with a touchdown pass to Will Foreman, a senior wide receiver. And Dripping Springs gets the icing on the cake.
That's just one of those plays where they felt the defeat of the Vipers the last couple years, and they want to give it back. So, it's hard on your back. We talked about it before this one. This is one of those games where if the Tigers can make a statement.
Sure.
It's the state champs. You beat them as much as possible. And then, again, that's a senior quarterback as well, who feels like he's also battling for a spot. And put on a show tonight, so he wants to kind of sling it a little bit and show that he's still got it. Show what he can do. So really nice play by them. Putting the score now to 41-14.
41-14. Of course, Drip finds themselves in that district with Westlake and Lake Travis. So, they want those guys. I was going to say wake up in the morning and read the newspaper. They don't read the newspapers. They're looking on their phone, and they want them to see the score. Very good chance that these 2 teams can meet again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't panic, Viper fans. It's one game. We were thinking the ceiling had caved in last year when they lost that double overtime game to Cedar Park. The horror.
I was just about to throw that one out there, and I've been on. I've seen Viper teams not start 0-1 before and go deep into the playoffs. And
right.
This is sometimes kind of what I've been on teams that have lost a game or almost lost kind of one of those early games in the season, and sometimes it's kind of what you need to kind of wake up and realize, hey, maybe for this team, it's wake up like, hey, we're not the exact same team that just won the state championship.
That's right.
We have our own things we got to work on, things we got to improve on, and that can kind of be the fire that lights into our team and turns them into that championship team. I've been on a ton of teams like that where, you're just so used to winning sometimes that you go in a hostile environment like this where, man, they want nothing more than to beat the contending state champs, right? The holding the state title, and you come in and get popped in the mouth a little bit, surprised on both sides of the ball. Don't play your best game at all. I don't think this is the ceiling for the Vipers at all. I feel like there's a lot of room to grow and a lot of where this team can go. And I think this is one of those losses that you just got to take on the chin, and you can pull a lot of improvement, a lot of things that work on. So I think that's a positive thing about losing early in the season, especially non-district, is this is one of those games that you're going to have a lot of stuff on tape to look over and understand what we need to improve on as a team to turn ourselves into that championship team. I mean, this team that won state wasn't undefeated, so that's one of those things that we call back to.
When a SpaceX rocket blows up, they don't cry about it. They figure out why it blew up and fix it for the next time. Vipers have a lot of stuff to fix here, and this is going to hurt. You hate to lose any football game, but it will help them get better as they get ready for district play in the games that really matter. Good handoff up the middle. And that was Sam Brown on the carry. I'm guessing that's Lawson Lombard in a quarterback. I haven't double-checked. Let me see.
I believe that is
number 11. That is Lawson Lombard, the senior. His mom, Kimberly, the president of the Viper Football Booster Club, thanking her for all the help. And the handoff up the middle again to Brown to pick up about 3 yards on the play. We're coming up at the 1-minute mark. Another new running back in here, number 34. That is Ryan Brar, a junior, from the JV squad last year. So Lombard swings it underneath, and nice reach back catch made at the 49-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. That one hauled in by Chase Phillips, the senior. 3rd and 3. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. Ball going in motion, and Lombard going to tuck it under and run for it. The 45 cuts back up, pretty nifty move, down to about the 40. That'll be good for a 1st down. That'll stop the clock to move the chains with 8 seconds left. Bowie's defeated Maynard tonight, 49-17. New Braunfels Canyon all over Austin High, 40-3. I forgot about that one. Down in New Braunfels. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the near side. Final play of the night. Lombard dropping back, looking. Going forward over to the right side, and a nice catch down to the 25-yard line, and that is how this football game is going to end. On a Lombard to Phillips reception, and 41-14 is the final score.
Dripping Springs Tigers 41, Vipers 14.
The Vipers start off the year not what they wanted, for sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to start with a loss, but again, a lot of positive things in the team. A lot of a loss, a lot of things you can improve on. And it's much more glaring in a loss. Like, hey, it's very much more obvious what you need to work on going to next week of practice. And man, next week is a big game. I mean, it's our last out-of-district game before it gets hot, and it's always going to be a good one. Based on last year's game, Vipers lost versus the Timberwolves for the first time in a while, and both teams sounds like are now starting 0-1. So they're both going to be very hungry.
Going to be pretty hungry
in a rivalry game to get that first win of the season. That is going to be an exciting game, and I think that'll be a good game to come back and kind of see the response of this Viper team from this kind of disappointing loss, but. This is a young team on defense. I think we saw that tonight. We had a lot of guys making their first start. I believe it was 8 first-time starters on the defense side of the ball, only about 3 returning that played last year. And the offense, obviously a more veteran group, but just kind of looked off tonight. Sometimes that happens, and the start of the season, I feel like it is hard to get the offense moving sometimes when the year first starts out. So kind of needed to lean on them. They didn't have a good night, and that's just kind of a result of the game. Didn't play a complete game. Special teams was not perfect either. So,
41-14 your final score. Last time the Vipers started off the season 0-1 is when they lost to Dripping Springs at home. 3 years ago?
Yep, 3 years ago.
On a walk-off field goal. Came back to beat them in the playoffs on that infamous fumble play and wound up going to the state championship game for the first time where they actually led in the second half against a really good DeSoto team before ultimately falling. So it sucks to lose a game. Vipers don't lose football games very often.
Right.
In fact, I got it right here, what the overall record is now, if I can Let's see. They are now 146 and 47 overall by my unofficial count. Those are pretty good. So it doesn't happen very often, but it hasn't hurt them at all. It's a non-district game. They will learn from this. They will rebound. They will come back, and we'll see what they do next week against Cedar Park. So we're going to step aside for a minute. Hopefully, Brian will have a chance to catch up to Coach and give us his thoughts. We're going to hear from Coach one way or the other with his hallmarks. We'll take a break and be back to wrap this one up from the Hill Country. 41-14, your final score. Dripping Springs over the Vipers. Back for the post game in just a minute here on the Vype Live Network.
Viper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finished selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance, and we also have in-house memberships.
Regular checkup to keep you in the game.
Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact Certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
All right, Vandy fans, it's quiz time with Tiff's Treats. Question: how many wins did the Vipers rack up last season? 13? 14? 15? If you answered 15, congrats, you're a true Vandy Viper fanatic. And to celebrate our 6A Division II state champion Vipers and the greatness of the 2025 season, we're giving you 15% off your next order of Tiff's Treats warm cookies. Just use code VANDY15 at cookiedelivery.com. Warm cookies baked to order and delivered to the door. Tiff's Treats.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
All right, Viper fans, Coach Sanders here with the Viper Minute. We always love to unpack what the Vipers are about for those fans that don't know. We have things that just hold us all together, kind of like our structure, if you will. And we start with our 4 hallmarks. And you could say kind of cornerstones of our program. Those are discipline, effort, toughness, and honor. And we always start with the first one of being discipline. And the tagline for discipline is we do things exactly right. And so for us, there's a big difference between doing things nearly right and exactly right. And you might be like, well, yeah, I kind of understand, but one of the examples I've always used is you go into the doctor, you're about to go under the knife, and you've got the goofy gas going, and all of a sudden the doctor says, hey, before you go, I'm just going to do my best, okay? Today I'm just going to really try my best. And you would be like, get me out of this place. But he's going to do it nearly right. And so I think things that matter need to be done exactly right. And so that's the way we coach at Vandegrift. There is no detail too small to escape our attention. And so today, for example, we were going through exactly what happens on a timeout during a game, what happens during an injury timeout, what happens at the end of the game, what happens if the offense is possessing the ball, they got to score a touchdown, and they're on your 30, and they have no timeouts, they got to pass, must. What are we going to run defensively? We practiced that today. And so those are the kind of details that we base our program on, and then the discipline of how we play. We don't want dumb penalties. We want the discipline to be in the right spot at the right time. And so there's so many ways that this can help. And then, of course, now after they graduate, I hope that we taught them, like, you need to do things exactly right in your job and watch how fast you rise up in your job. And so that's what we're going for when we talk about our hallmarks. And so, yeah, discipline, we do things exactly right.
And we welcome you back to Tiger Stadium. Merle Bertrand here along with Matt Sanders. Still waiting to hear if Brian Spiels is able to catch up to Drew Sanders down to the sidelines. What do you think is going to be the priority number one for him trying to get fixed, Matt? You've been around him a long time. You know him pretty well, obviously. What do you think?
I think just I feel like, he's very much been the defense signal caller for a while.
Sure.
I know that and for years and years and years, it's been the strength of this team is how stout this defense has been. You look back at last year's team, we had multiple games, a couple shutouts, multiple games where teams not scoring over 14 points. So I feel like, talking to him, it's definitely going to be an emphasis on the defense and their performance tonight. And just I think the main takeaway is just kind of improving on I feel like I was kind of disappointed I didn't see the score mentality on defense tonight. I feel like there was guys making good contact, guys making attempts at tackles, and guys making tackles, but then not a full gang of Vipers I usually see following up.
Good point.
And that's just been the culture of this defense for so long, and I feel like I just didn't see a lot of that tonight. I think guys just kind of assumed that the dude was tackled and weren't following up. So I think that's just one of those things that you're going to probably see a lot on tape. That's what I noticed a lot tonight, just not a lot of swarming, which has been the defensive identity for so long for this team.
Right.
So I know that's probably the first thing he's probably going to hammer home about kind of fixing that, because that's just something that's just been ingrained in the culture of this defense for so long and can easily be fixed, and that's just a mindset thing of this defense to really just, hey, unless the guy is literally on the ground and there's a pile, you need to go and swarm to the football.
I hadn't even thought of that until you said it, but
Yeah.
you're right. I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 times when there was that swarm of 4, 5, 6, 7 guys around the football. That's a trademark, and I didn't see it hardly at all tonight.
Yeah, there's a ton of times last year where we're trying to pick out who made the tackle, and we literally can't tell because there's so many Viper jerseys around the ball. And so I think that was kind of the most disappointing thing tonight from the defense. I think there was a lot of positive things in terms of like kind of individual efforts, and I feel like there was I thought Sturgeon and Hugo did a really good job disrupting the Tigers early, gave good pressure. I feel like they did their jobs at the edge, and I feel like a lot of the linebackers, Parker Davis was getting involved a lot of the field.
Right.
Both Brady's, Spiel's, and Cernchik were making plays and tackles all over the field. I remember calling their number a good amount of times, but a lot of the guys, again, first start, so they're not going to be fully settled in and not going to be fully bought in, but I think that's the biggest thing I saw from this defense is I just didn't see enough of that swarm mentality, and that's what we're so used to seeing from this Viper defense. So,
yeah, offensively, just not quite there. Some of that's to be expected. A lot of guys back, but Miles Teodecki is throwing to a lot of different guys, and we saw him, especially in the first year, throwing behind receivers and receivers running routes where he may not expected. That just takes time to develop that chemistry. Hopefully Gavin Kester is okay and can come back. That's a big question mark hanging over everybody right now, but they will figure it out, I think.
Yeah. I have faith in this coaching staff and what this program is and how good, how smart, and how hardworking these kids are, that they'll 100% take this loss in stride. Go back to work on Monday. Go watch the film. Get back into kind of treatment tomorrow. Get their bodies right after kind of a physical game that was played, and go out and attack. And at Cedar Park, we got to go beat the big bad Wolves, right? So I think that this team, just the culture of the program, how good the coach is, and how hard these kids work, I know they're going to be able to bounce back from this one. And hopefully can take this and just really build and use this as just a learning experience to make this team better for this season. Because I think this is, again, I think the ceiling for this team with how good this offense has been, it is, a deep run into that state title game. I think that is the ceiling for this team, and I think they just need to realize that, they're going to have different challenges than last year's team, and they're going to need to understand that hopefully this week and get up and improve as much as they can. So I agree with you what the offense was. I think it was just, first game a little off, uncharacteristically kind of a couple of balls just not where you're expecting, and that's either just kind of miscommunications. We saw multiple times like a dart by Teodecki was just thrown in the not where the receiver was running the route, so either receiver's not running the right route or we're kind of miscommunicating. It might be a choice route, and with new receivers, he's just not knowing what they're thinking in that moment, right? So saw that a few times, and when you have plays like that in a game like this against a good team, you just can't afford to just kind of throw away downs on miscommunications that cause the play to go nowhere. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing. I think in the second half, in the first half, the run game was a little concerning. I just feel like we weren't creating space, and I feel like there wasn't much there. But I think the second half was much improved. And then we got down by 3 scores, and we kind of had to throw the ball the rest of the time. But I was very pleased with the run game in the third quarter when the game was within reach there. So I think that's the one positive. I feel like that was really improved from the first half to the second half. I feel like that was a big thing that was immediately improved upon. But yeah, I just think it was one of those nights where sometimes things just don't go your way. A lot of miscommunication on the offensive side of the ball, and then special teams as well. That's the third of the game. It was just, first game and not the cleanest. I thought made all extra points. I thought that looked good. I thought the kickoffs coverage was, not great. The first 2 we did. Wiley does a good job finally getting out of there, so we don't have to cover. But both the coverages were not great, and then had a good second punt that was really good.
Whoops.
But it looks like we've got...
We're trying to get it.
Yeah, trying to get the interview here, but yeah, I just think all 3 sides of the ball, it's just a lot of things to work on, and I think they'll see it on film, and I have confidence that this team has the right mindset, the right kids, and the right culture of what this program has been to really take that in stride and make a change.
Well, I'm going to try to do this manually. I'm not sure if it's going to work for whatever reason. It's not coming through on the email, so I'm going to try to play it from my phone and see if I can hold my headset down and hear enough of it. We shall see what we get. It only lasts a minute, so if it's terrible, bear with me. We'll see. This is Brian Spiels caught up with head coach Hugh Sanders just a couple of minutes ago. Let's see what we get.
Vype Live here with head coach Drew Sanders. Home opener, playing a good Dripping Springs team. Tough night, Drew. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's just simple. We didn't play good enough to win. I mean, on offense, defense, kicking game, really not many bright spots tonight. One of those unfortunate games.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've always been good about getting the team back and ready to play, so there's work to be done. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beginning. We got a lot of new guys on defense, offensively. We had some guys back, but didn't really look like it tonight. We've got some injuries that we've got to overcome. We've got a few too many for this time of year, honestly. But we're dealing with that, and we've got to fight through that. I mean, nobody cares about it, right? We got to find a way to make plays no matter what we got. So hats off to them, and we got to get back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on with our team.
Okay, well, you got a great coaching staff, great kids. We look forward to seeing you next week, okay? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
It wasn't
That
bad.
actually worked better than I thought it was
That wasn't
going.
bad quality at all, actually. I was listening to that the whole time.
Thank you to Brian. So, yeah, you heard him there. You could hear the disappointment in his voice, but he's not going to panic. He's just going to coach and probably likes the challenge a little bit. It got to the point where everybody's talking about last year. He probably likes the challenge of coaching things up a little bit here.
Yeah, he wasn't as nice as how I was breaking down the game straight up. So not many bright spots in this one, which is I think was an accurate testament of this one. Just disappointing game for the Vipers, but definitely bounced back from worse losses and a lot of season left. So I'm looking forward to next week. I really am excited to see how the Vipers bounce back in a big rivalry game versus the Timberwolves.
And it's a rivalry game again now because they won last year for the first time in a while.
And it's finally been reignited. Everyone's talking about getting rid of the game. Don't get rid of that game.
No.
That's one of the best. That is maybe my favorite game of the year every year. I love playing the Timberwolves. So I'm very excited to be able to commentate that game, and I'm excited to see how this team responds.
Yes.
After this one, going into a game like that, where all week, all you're hearing about is, hey, you lost them last year. This is your rival,
right?
And now you're both 0-1. This is going to be a great game next week. I'm really excited to see how this team bounces back.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. And, again, we'll be back with you next week for what should be a fun rematch against the Vipers' oldest rival, the Cedar Park Timberwolves. So for my broadcast partners, Hank Hudson will be back with us next week. Maybe he'll be the lucky spark and get the Vipers back on track.
We need all three back.
There you go. And Matt Sanders, Brian Spiels, our sideline reporter, Skylar Gillespie, our QA, Vype's technical director, Suna Vincott, and communications director, my better half, Christina Weber-Bertrand. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out here from Tiger Stadium in Dripping Springs, where the Vandegrift Vipers have fallen tonight to the Dripping Springs Tigers by the final score of 41-14. Have a safe and relaxing Labor Day weekend. We'll see you next week for more Viper football right here on Vype Live. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.